season of the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, bringing you realness, authenticity, and unparalleled wisdom from top leaders, business professionals, pioneers, and everyday people. Thank you for joining us. Have a great time during the show. Trinidad and Tobago's first international virtual fashion showcase. Experience it firsthand with Lotus Richey Ignites, the official agency covering the event for the U.S. telecast. In collaboration with Cardinal Services and Fashion TT, Lotus Richey Ignites is your business one-stop shop for all your business needs. Connect with us today.
Wine on me, don't be too scared. Look at them curves and the way you move got me like damn. Oh me, oh my, what have we here? What have we here? Shawty so fine with her waistline, when I like that, she is top tier. Yeah, let me see how you move that bumper. Rock it up and start it over. Let me see that thing gyrate when you on the floor, people coming over. Baby, you drive me loca. Bad thing from West Bermuda. You got me high when you are around, I feel like I'm not sober.
Hello, I'm Annalisa Lau, Ambassador of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, resident in China. The embassy in Beijing is looking forward to Fashion TT's trade mission and virtual fashion exhibition this Friday, 25th March 2022. I'm especially excited to see some of the top designers from Trinidad and Tobago being featured, and I also feel extremely proud that the Caribbean's fashion aesthetic will be showcased to a global audience via a virtual interactive platform. The platform creates the experience of being at a live event and allows visitors to interact and engage with different designers and fashion stakeholders in real time. Despite the challenges of the pandemic, Fashion TT continues to advance and expand the value of the Trinidad and Tobago's fashion industry on the global runway. I look forward to the show on Friday.
The Trinidad and Tobago Embassy in Brasilia is very encouraged by the dedication and energy that has emerged from the Trinbago fashion industry, especially those new designers, producers, and marketing agents that cater to the more expressive urban, youth culture, and innovative sectors of the market. Such trends are being observed in the markets here in the Southern Cone geographical region, and therefore the potential is great. My name is Gerard Green, and I am the Ambassador of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago to Brazil, with responsibility eventually for Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay. We extend hearty congratulations to Fashion TT on the launch of this virtual fashion exhibition platform, a very timely innovation which displays the high quality and attractiveness of Trinidad and Tobago's fashion and facilitates quality time engagements between designers and producers and their prospective clients. Our top designers have already established themselves on the world stage. And as we enter this new phase, the future looks very exciting for the Trinidad and Tobago brand in the fashion industry. Once again, congratulations to Fashion TT from all of us here in the Embassy, Brazil. And we stand prepared to work with all of our stakeholders in the journeys ahead of us.
The new season of the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, bringing you realness, authenticity, and unparalleled wisdom from top leaders, business professionals, pioneers, and everyday people. Thank you for joining us. Have a great time during the show. Hello, and welcome to the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. Woo! Hey, ladies, I've got an amazing opportunity right here to have these amazing ladies. I've got Angela Elton, the CEO of Rugger Wellness, and of course, Kim J. so today, folks, we are having a fantastic time. So, Kim, what time is it?
It's a time right now of celebration, Dr. Lotus Richey. You know that you are making history today. For all of you that are watching, guess what? If you don't know, now you know that Dr. Lotus Richey is about to ignite, not just ignite throughout the global paradigm, all of the areas that you always see her in, but she's igniting today in Trinidad and Tobago. This woman is making history today. The Lotus Richey Ignite Show is going to be the official telecast, sponsoring and broadcasting the entire event all the way in Trinidad and Tobago. It's going to be in the metaverse, y'all. I'm talking about fashion that you have never seen virtually, being brought to you by Dr. Lotus Richey from the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. Yes. It's going to be off the chain. She's going to be speaking, and you don't want to miss. When she comes to the stage, you're going to get the opportunity to hear her present some great information. And when you're watching the fashion show, make sure that you go to her booth. It's some powerful information over there. So I cannot wait for the rest of today's broadcast. Thank you, Dr. Lotus Richey, for making history today.
Yes. Well, Kim,
Angie is going to be the person that is actually taking care of the chat, everything that you all have. If you have questions, if you have comments, you know how Dr. Lotus Richey likes for you to put number 1, number 2, number 3, and all of those numbers. Pop those numbers in the comments section all throughout today's broadcast. Yes. And Angie Elting is going to be managing the chat. Thank you, Angie, the actual founder of Rugger Wellness. So if you don't know about Angie, you're going to learn a lot about her today, too. Welcome, Angie.
Thank you, Kim.
So look, Kim said, I'm making history. I digress. We are making history in a combined effort with Rugger Wellness and the Kim Jacobs Show, the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, and also the Black Business Olympics is going to be meeting in the scene on Saturday and Sunday, broadcasting with their own booth with none other than who? Dr. Eric Kelly III from the Black Business Olympics / Black Business Expo USA. It's going to be phenomenal. So look, folks, we are so happy that you're here. When you come in, let us know where you're streaming in from and make sure you tap in and get in where you fit in on this fashion extraordinaire. And that's the link right there. You can use that link and come on in. We see people coming in from Davos, Philippines, all over the place. And of course, Angie's doing double duty for your booty, making sure she put in her stuff from Washington, D.C. And we got Dorothy Mae Ross coming in. Dorothy, let us know where you're coming in from. I think she's coming in from Chi-Town. And Miss Lighty is coming in from New Jersey. She know how to come in the room. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Come on in and get in where you fit in. So, Angie, how is this for you? Making history.
This is exciting. This is very, very exciting. I mean, you know, a virtual reality metaverse. I mean, these are kind of unknown. These are still very, very new to us. So I tribute to Lotus Richey, even with Kim joining us as well. But, you know, to everybody over there at Trinidad and Tobago, can't wait to get this started.
Awesome. And so listen, you know, we're in a different time zone. And so it's already underway. So we are about to take you into it live time. So we want you to stand by and we're going to take you right into it live time. We want to make sure we got your sound for you to go ahead and get down. You are going to see some of the top fashion designers on the planet. So here we go. Let's get it going. We're going to stream right from Dr. Sabeda's page. Okay?
Thank you, Dr. Lotus.
Thank you. So here we go. Let's get it in. Here we go. Let's share. Let's get this off here. Get this off here. And here we go. We're gonna bring this up. We're going to bring this up. Woo, woo.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. They can tear it down.
This is the music of wine and rhyme. This is the music of the now time with the melodies to blow your mind. This is the sound of a renegade mind.
Look at that. I ain't even seen no fashion like that.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray away my soul to keep. If I die before I live, I pray away my soul to take.
Blow to this,
Laugh with your friends, make a joke to it. I'd love if you say you feel some hope through it.
Be sure to
Y'all
follow
know
the
cause they all
Trinidad and
flew. Listen,
Tobago
when they
Fashion
had their chance, man, they all
Fashion
blew it.
TT.
Sold your soul
You
and
know
it
when
wasn't
they
even
go
go
live, so
Judas.
you won't miss a beat.
Nah,
Also
that's so
follow the
foolish,
Lotus
asking
Rashay
me if I'm
Night
kosher
Show
and I ain't
on
Jewish.
YouTube and
Misconceptions
Facebook,
are reality
Instagram,
and symbolism
StreamYard,
that they can't
and
believe.
LinkedIn, of course.
So way
And
oh
follow
like
the
a
Kim
canopy,
Jacobs Show
and you can open up your mind
on
like
all
a
of her social
canopy.
media platforms,
And be aware that you can't
as
appease them.
Angie
Summer,
Rugger,
spring, fall,
Brother
yeah, all the
Weldon,
seasons.
or Nancy
These hypocrites,
Brother
they can't stand
Weldon.
to
I'm a
reason,
good
but
follow,
just stick
and
to
you
the lies
should
and
too.
deceiving. Sometimes I feel like
It's time to expose the millennials to the Dr. Lotus Rashay Ignite show, because this right here is going viral. So make sure y'all share this broadcast with everyone you know and follow Lotus Rashay Ignite show right on YouTube and everywhere that she streams live. Yeah.
And folks, go ahead and put a comment right here because we are going to show your comments. I know a lot of times people don't show your comments, but we're showing them.
This that song make I wake up the whole nation. Can no play that song make I shake up the whole life. Can't stop the way. You know you give me love like every day.
Look at that. Look at that. I don't even know how to walk like that. You know what I'm talking about. You get that kind of walk, you know you got something going on.
This thing done get fixed up. Most I say he with us.
Very
No switch up. I got a drink in my hand right now.
I like the
Singing
accessories.
like,
Yeah.
pretty brown skin, give me love right now. Singing like.
Let's see here.
Take me to the river, take me to the sea. Wash over me music, wash over me. Take me to the river, take me to the river. Wash over me music, wash over me.
Y'all make sure you're following Dr. Lotus Rashay on Lotus Rashay Ignites show. You don't want to miss the opportunity of seeing this fashion show in Trinidad and Tobago. So make sure that you all are tuned in throughout today and follow Dr. Lotus Rashay. We see you, Shirley Murphy from Nigeria. Glad you tuned in today.
Dorothy Ross says my grandson and granddaughter will love the fashion. And thank you, Ram Veloso. Hello from Belgium.
Ezekiel, we see you. We see you. Watching all the way from Manila. Glad to have you here today.
We have kids from the Philippines. And we got Neil Jasper Pueblos from the Philippines.
Y'all put a 1 in the comments if you know you haven't seen this kind of trending fashion that's being presented right here from Trinidad and Tobago, right here in the United States through Dr. Lotus Rashay's show. The Lotus Rashay Ignites brought this to you today.
Lyrical content, substance that hold together like sulfur. Can't make no sense if you make no sense. Not $1, 1 coin, not 1 pence. Better rise up faster and jump fence. Otherwise you can't send your daughters to content. Have to sell your house and picture 110. Got to the end result when you say nonsense. Hey, this is the music of wine.
Let's see.
For everyone that's watching what Dr. Lotus Rashay is over there doing her thing, know that you can watch her right here on these platforms on Lotus Rashay Ignites show. Now, this is an official opportunity for her to be able to broadcast the Trinidad and Tobago first ever in the metaverse. This
Welcome
show
to the Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Company, Fashion TT, virtual fashion transmission, showcasing 11 of Trinidad and Tobago's top fashion companies. Charu Lojandas, Mei Ling, Claudia Pegas, Heather Jones International, Individual.
Get ready, y'all, get ready.
Swimwear, Neha Karina, The Hideout Clothing, Designer J, Angelique, and The Cloth. This mission, we are happy to host buyers and consumers from various countries in the world. The United States of America, Africa, Brussels, India, Quebec, the United Kingdom, among other territories worldwide. And now, to officially open our virtual platform, the General Manager of the Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Company, Fashion TT, please welcome Lisa Marie Daniel.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to recognize Senator, the Honorable Paula Gobiscoon, Minister of Trade and Industry, Mr. Jason Lindsay, Chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Company, Directors of the Fashion TT and Creative TT Boards, Mr. Danraj Hariprasad, General Manager, Client Services, EXPO TT, Dr. Sabita Singh, CEO, Cardinal Services, LLC, Heads of Trinidad and Tobago's diplomatic missions, esteemed speakers and panelists, our talented global designers, the hard-working Fashion TT and Creative TT teams, local and international audiences, and special members of the media. The Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Company, charged with driving the business development and export activity of the local fashion industry, collaborates with an estimated 200 designers annually. We plan and execute a series of capacity building programs specially designed to support and improve the operational efficiency of fashion companies based on their business development stage. At the pinnacle of these programs is our global value chain tier of designers who are export ready and therefore are the most poised to penetrate international markets in line with the aesthetic and niche. Today, I am proud to announce that within this virtual trade mission, we have 11 of the top designers within TNT showcasing their beautiful products, as Sham would have mentioned in the introduction. Each company has their own personalized exhibitor booths, which are now open. We will be hosting 2 virtual trade missions annually, presenting the work of our sector to local and international audiences for the purpose of building awareness, developing buyer and consumer relationships, and to accordingly continue to bolster revenues in this sector. We are pleased to have partnered with our fellow state agency, Export TT, via the Export Boosting Initiative, and Houston Consultancy, Cardinal Services LLC, in making this event a reality. The state-of-the-art 3D platform you are navigating through today will be online for 6 months from today. Therefore, the public will have the opportunity to peruse, order, and purchase from our designers within an extended time frame. I would like to especially thank our private sector partners in this initiative, Shamji Ali of Market Moguls, the Guardian Media Group, Dr. Lotus Rich, and the host of the Greatness Engineering Hour. Hope you enjoy our program today, which comprises of panel conversations with fashion icons such as Professor Andrew Ramrup and Richard Young, moderated by our very own Fashion TT's project manager, Aisha Stewart. And I am sure you will be absolutely captivated by the mission. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. And now to show us around this virtual site and share some tips on housekeeping as we move around today is our virtual trade mission consultant and CEO of Cardinal Services and Solutions, Dr. Sabita Bidesi Singh.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Good morning, Honorable Minister Gobiscoon, distinguished guests, and the world at large. Thank you so very much for attending this inaugural Virtual Fashion Trade Mission, Exhibition and Conference. The platform you are on today is an immersive 3D platform that was built with the customer experience in mind. Today, we promise you a hassle-free and enjoyable experience on this digital real estate. Here are a few housekeeping tips. In the lobby, you will be greeted by the songs of soca. If at any point you wish to turn down the volume levels, you can adjust this on your device audio panel or mute the tab. In the lobby, you will see a floating carousel of the 11 designers across the walls, which is really a preview of some of their work. Please visit their designer booths in the exhibitor section to get to know them and learn more of their work. You are currently in the fashion showcase, and here is home to the formal proceedings for the morning. There is an Ask a Question tab that gets your message to the speaker should you have a question. If the speaker is unable to respond to your question, you will receive a follow-up email attending to your inquiry after the show. To exit the fashion showcase, please click on the lobby to enter the main exhibition lobby. Here you can go to the speakers panel to see our lineup of speakers. You can also click on program to see the run of show for today. After the formal proceedings end, you are highly encouraged to go and take a walk along the designers exhibition alley and meet each designer. You have the ability to request a video meeting today or at a future date with the designer of your choice. You can do a live chat with the designer or request a callback. You can click on the videos to see their capsule collections or their signature lines. Brochures tell you a bit more, and you can get up close and personal with any of the images on the scrolling carousel to the right by clicking on it to get more product details. We have put in hot links that takes you directly to any of the social media sites of each designer. To move forward and get back into the show, please remember to go back to the virtual platform, and you can jump in to any of the hot links at any point. Come hear what everyone has to say about the fashion industry of Trinidad and Tobago and the wonderful work the team at Fashion TT is doing when you go to our testimonial section. You can see all announcements in the alert section, and maybe we will do a giveaway, or actually we will be doing a giveaway at the end of the day from Cardinal Services. Cardinal Services plan to give out 2 iPads to the most active participants at the end of today's sessions. Please enjoy the experience, and we thank you for being a part of this.
Let's meet our next speaker. He is the General Manager of Client Services at Export TT, Mr. Dhanraj Hariprasad.
Everyone, honored to be here delivering remarks on behalf of Export TT, which is the National Export Facilitation Organization of Trinidad and Tobago. As an organization, our mandate is clear: to generate export growth and diversification in the non-energy, goods and services sectors. Among these goods and services, some of the most exciting, engaging, and globally appealing are our cultural and creative products: carnival, music, film, and of course, fashion. In December 2021, Export TT signed a memorandum of cooperation with Fashion TT, committing to provide funding, expert guidance, and general support on this project. We were keen to partner with Fashion TT under our Export Booster initiative on this virtual trade mission, which will showcase some of our most talented and industrious fashion professionals in Trinidad and Tobago. In 2021, the Export Booster initiative was developed by the Ministry of Trade and Industry in collaboration with Export TT and the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association in a strategic effort to counteract the impact of COVID-19 on the manufacturing sector. The Export Booster initiative is geared towards developing overseas markets and promoting exports. We see the export potential of our fashion industry as a massive one. For context, the value of global fashion exports is in the range of $3 trillion a year. In 2020, Trinidad and Tobago exported just over $7.8 million worth of fashion products to markets here in Latin America and the Caribbean, as well as the United States of America and Europe. That figure represents 90% year-on-year increase in the value of fashion-related exports generated in Trinidad and Tobago in 2019. A tremendous amount of work has been done by Fashion TT and our local fashion professionals to enhance our offering in the global market, and buyers have clearly been responding. Through our relationship with Fashion TT, Export TT is proud to support these 11 designers with our expertise and experience in export capacity building and connecting exporters to business opportunities in viable markets. Over the last 3 months, we have worked closely with fashion professionals here, identifying potential buyers for their products and coordinating B2B calls between exporters and buyers. Rest assured, however, that the culmination of these months of work towards the BTM does not signal the end of Export TT support for Fashion TT and our fashion entrepreneurs. Under Export TT, there are a number of funding and market research facilities that can help fashion professionals expand their reach into new markets. For example, exporters can access financial support for shipping of samples through our co-financing facility. And also, our in-market promotion program that is due to be launched soon can assist our fashion designers further in promoting their products in these new markets. We'll continue to work closely with Fashion TT to ensure that exports are a core contributor to the success of Trinidad and Tobago's fashion industry. I believe by the end of this VTM, it will be clear to all that we are not just in the business of exporting dresses, shirts, and trousers. When our fashion products touch down in a country, we are delivering products imbued with a spirit of joy and revelry unique to our twin islands. We are exporting centuries of history experience that inform our cultural response to the world around us and manifest themselves in the art we create. The diversity of aesthetics, silhouettes, and influences represented in this virtual trade mission through this array of designers is an apt parallel to the melting pot of cultures that we celebrate here in Trinidad and Tobago. EXPO TT is proud to be a partner of Fashion TT and a supporter of our fashion industry as we look forward to continuing to support, enable, and empower fashion entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Still to come is our panel discussion. But at this time, please welcome the chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Company, Fashion TT's, Mr. Jason Lindsay.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'd like to recognize Senator the Honorable Paula Gopi-Schoon, Ministry of Trade, all the members of our esteemed panel, and the media, the designers, and everyone else who made this event possible today and contributed to it. I just want to say a few short words about the genesis of all of this. This has been the first thrust that the state has put behind supporting the industry back in 2014, 2015. And I think we have continued to grow and continue to organize the industry with a focus on harnessing the creativity of the citizens of the country and converting that into commercial opportunities for the members of the sector, not just the designers, but all the way down the pipeline. We have, through the strategic plan over the years, we have been able to organize in a very transparent way the stages of the development of the designers and continue to support them in a way that has context for them. We have made, I was always very happy to hear EXPO TT's contribution. They have been a partner with us in reaching the export markets, and some of the other agencies, both public and private and non-governmental ones as well. We have really come together in a way that has continued to see the industry grow and the participants of that industry develop. When we started this, we sort of canvassed the industry and we had a chance to see where we are and what were the opportunities to really generate and track the commerce. Since then, we have directly connected to and helped and supported the growth of over 1,000 designers and thousands of practitioners and students and everyone beyond that who supports the industry. So really, for me to be here today, it really is a momentous occasion. And not just because we are finally pushing to what Lisa Marie mentioned is the pinnacle of the value chain investment program, which are the global value chain designers, but also because it's the context that we're doing it in. I know that we all have gone through the challenges of the pandemic, and we have seen how it has forced us to evolve in every aspect of life. And with respect to fashion, we have continued to find ways through the pandemic to evolve, to let the designers continue to find new ways for commerce. And this is an opportunity that continues to be consistent with that. I mean, right now I'm attending a fashion week in the metaverse and understanding those new opportunities for designers in terms of both the digital space and how that converts to the physical space with regards to both fashion and commerce. and it's very exciting. So for me, this is a very exciting time, a very exciting jump off for us, to engage the designers and for us to learn as well how we can bring our creativity into a new space, to have the audiences and to have buyers interact. We're island, so any opportunity that we can reach an audience and to have people interact with our creativity, I think is important. So I'd like to thank everybody who contributed towards that. I mean, I'm very excited to see how it goes, but I believe that if we continue in this vein, it will only create more opportunities for the industry to grow. Thank you.
This is the Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Company, Fashion TT, Virtual Fashion Trade Mission. To present the feature address, Senator the Honorable Paula Gopi-Schoon, Minister of Trade and Industry.
Good morning. I'm truly pleased to be a part of today's launch of the first virtual fashion trade show and exhibition being undertaken by the Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Company Limited in partnership with EXPO TT. Both of those agencies fall under the remit of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. And this initiative will showcase the beautiful aesthetic of 11 of Trinidad and Tobago's top export-ready designers enrolled in Fashion TT's Global Value Chain program. And these designers include the individual aesthetic, the cloth, mailing, Sharu Lotundas, Heather Jones International, J. Angelique, Claudia Pegas, the Hideout Clothing, Genesis Swimwear, Niha Karina, and Eclipse Eli. And in the build-up to the virtual fashion exhibition, these designers have been meeting with international buyers across various segments of the fashion industry. Over the years, their work has met with acclaim well beyond the borders of Trinidad and Tobago. The Global Value Chain is an integral component of the Fashion Value Chain Investment Program and is designed to support participants in strategically penetrating regional and international markets for the purpose of boosting exports and revenues. And each GVC cohort will have the opportunity to participate in trade missions over a 3-year period with the backing of the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Today's virtual mission builds upon the Export Booster Initiative to increase the export value of manufactured goods and services, and this was established by the Ministry of Trade and Industry in collaboration with Export TT and the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association. Under the export promotion arm of the EDI, support is provided to small and medium-sized local manufacturers to enable them to penetrate new markets via their participation in virtual trade missions. And in this regard, the EBI has been able to successfully extend its support to designers who will be participating in this virtual trade mission. We are pleased to have on board Cardinal Services, a company based in Houston, Texas, led by its CEO, Dr. Sabita Singh, to establish international business linkages for this mission. The primary region of this focus is the United States, with attendees from Florida, New York, Atlanta, Los Angeles, California, Minnesota, Texas, and New Jersey. And due to this mission being virtual, attendees are also expected from Canada, India, Belgium, Africa, and the United Kingdom. This event will be hosted on a 3D virtual conferencing platform, providing an interactive 3D experience, displaying the products of our local companies. Design profiles will be available on the virtual exhibition platform designed to match the Caribbean aesthetics, welcoming guests with the sweet songs of soca music and cultural images that showcase the identity and soul of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago's National Development Strategy 2016-2030, also known as Vision 2030, has identified the creative industries, of which fashion is a key subsector, as an economic sector that can provide opportunities for expansion and achieve global competitiveness. We are encouraged by the performance of the sector. And during the fiscal period 2016 to 2020, the garment industry of Trinidad and Tobago generated exports of over $97 million. According to an article by McKinsey and Company Limited, the State of Fashion 2022, the global fashion industry has faced exceptionally challenging conditions. And after nearly 2 years of disruption, the industry is beginning to settle and grow. And this growth is likely to be driven by the United States, where the release of pent-up demand has created spikes of so-called revenge buying, leading to a growth spurt. And this virtual fashion trade show is therefore timely, as it presents a platform for our local fashion designers to take advantage of this spike in demand. McKinsey and Company also noted that consumers spend more time online. And to capture these untapped value streams, designers should explore the potential of virtual fashion, which offers fresh routes to creativity and commerce. Stephen Lawson, Chief Executive of PVH Corp., the company that owns Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, believes when you see those exponential growth, and I'm quoting, when you see those exponential growth rates of consumer shifting behavior, you need to follow that, including the meta world, and to be open to how the consumer wants to engage, and to be open to the possibility that it could, soon rather than later, become an income stream. In a crowded and disruptive digital market, the seasoned executive considers creativity one of the most important differentiators. I'm finished quoting now. The Wall Street Journal, in an article on January 6th this year, stated that successful brands have remained relevant by staying on top of the new and emerging trends and adapting to shifts in consumer preferences. COVID-19 has accelerated digitalization and direct-to-consumer options, requiring new levels of operational efficiency and innovation for the apparel and retail industry. Fashion brands that had more flexible and digitally enabled product-to-market processes were better positioned to pivot and get the right product to consumers as demand shifted. I would therefore like to commend Fashion TT and EXPO TT for the foresight and execution of strategic initiatives such as this virtual trade show, which allows local fashion entrepreneurs to bolster their commercial and export capability using online tools. In Fashion 2021, capacity development support provided by Fashion TT through the VCIP helped transition 57 designers to conduct transactions digitally via e-commerce platforms, and 16 new designers commenced exporting their goods to markets such as USA, the Netherlands, Oman, Dubai, Scotland, Germany, St. Lucia, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, Barbados, Mexico, Switzerland, Jamaica, Grenada, and Antigua and Barbuda. Trinidad and Tobago's designers are prepared to transition from small-scale export to larger opportunities, selling to buyers, boutiques, agents, and large online retailers. Fashion TT has worked with designers over the past 6 years to ensure that their business operations, procedures, and processes are globally competitive. The 11 designers selected for the GVC program have been handpicked by an international expert panel based on their capability and capacity to compete in the international fashion industry. Interestingly, 75% of the top-tier designers in this program have female-owned and operated businesses. And these businesses are founded and operated by women and predominantly cater to women of all ages, shapes, sizes, ethnicities, and style preferences. And these brands ensure that women look good and feel good, whether it's in the boardroom or at the beach. The government stands ready to lend additional support to our female entrepreneurs through the She Trades initiative, which was launched in October 2020 in collaboration with the International Trade Center. And this transformative platform offers invaluable opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago's female-owned micro, small, and medium enterprises, as it promotes their inclusion into global supply chains, facilitates business-to-business and business-to-consumer linkages, and provides an income-earning avenue for our enterprising women. It provides a pathway for business expansion, enabling female entrepreneurs, including fashion designers, to receive technical training, professional mentorship, compete in international tender and procurement processes, and attend international trade and business events and workshops. The government continues to encourage our female designers to visit our She Trades website to find more about how they can benefit from this program. Also, the Trinidad and Tobago Bureau Standards has developed a number of standards over the years to improve the quality of our fashion products, increase our access to international markets, and ensure that the local fashion industry can successfully compete in the global fashion market. And this is another plank of support to our local designers and garment manufacturers to achieve industry standards, which will provide their customers with added confidence. And following this virtual trade mission, Fashion TT will be launching its 5th fashion lookbook on March 30th, 2020, presenting 12 designers from emerging to the veterans in the industry. And to date, these digital lookbooks have promoted 116 designers locally and internationally through the channels of Caribbean Airlines, private sector partners, and our embassies, high commissions, and consulate generals all over the world. In closing, I wish to assure you that the government remains committed to the development of a strong fashion manufacturing base in Trinidad and Tobago, which is crucial for reducing the country's import bill, generating foreign exchange, and providing sustainable employment. It can also promote the diversification of the economy by supporting the growth of priority industries like fashion. Moreover, we are dedicated to forging strategic partnerships with the business community to create and sustain increased global competitiveness of local businesses. I wish you all a success in this venture. Thank you.
And now we go to Houston, Texas, to our next speaker. She is the State Officer for Texas and Vice President of the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. Here is Constance Jones.
Good morning, everyone, honorable authorities, and distinguished guests. It is my immense pleasure and honor to share in and be a part of this amazing event that's about to take place. I am super excited to see all of the beautiful fashions as the program continues. Again, my name is Constance Jones. And as the announcer stated, I am the current Texas State Officer with the Black Caucus, as well as I am the Executive Senior VP of the Executive Board for the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. I'm here to talk with you and share just a little bit about the wonderful organization, the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. The American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce was initially started in 2018. It is a nonprofit organization that promotes commercial relations between the Caribbean and the United States. We promote the development of small businesses and Caribbean businesses in the state of Texas. Our head office is located in the greater Sharp Sound area. And we also have additional offices in Dallas, Austin, and most recently in New Orleans, Louisiana. And we're looking to also expand in Miami, Florida. The chamber is overseen by the executive board, which I am proud to be a part of, as well as the board of directors. Our mission at the chamber is to promote growth and prosperity, provide networking opportunities for chamber members to generate mutual benefits international and on a national level, and advocate for the interests of the American Caribbean business community with all levels of government. We are definitely excited, and we have had the esteemed honor to promote and interact with ambassadors, our local as well as federal, congressional elected officials that we partner with for different business and community events. One of the things that we offer, we're just not your ordinary chamber of commerce as it relates to business. We offer healthcare counsel, a pastoral counsel, as well as we focus on education. And I am proud to say, as one of the executive directors of the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, I spearhead the Healthcare Council. And what that Healthcare Council does, we reach out in the community and see how we can best serve and interact with the constituents. As far as on the business level, if anyone is interested in doing business with the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, I will list my information in the chat of how you can further get in touch with me and possibly become a member. What is ACC? American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. It promotes the establishment of business networking between local and international businesses. Again, we focus on interacting with ambassadors, any other additional businessmen that want to do business, small business, especially just grooming and helping those small businesses, entrepreneurs that come on board with the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. As you very well know, Texas maintains its position as the nation's #1 exporter, a title the state has held for 17 consecutive years. In 2018, a few years ago, Texas exported $315 billion in goods to destinations all over the world, with emphasis in Mexico, Canada, China, South Korea, Japan, Brazil, and the Netherlands, as its trading top partners. 4 compelling reasons to do business in the Caribbean. The Caribbean region is a natural commercial partner of the United States, tied closely by geography, history, and culture. Second, it is the 3rd largest market in Latin America for U.S. exports. Thirdly, free trade. And 4th, regional integration. Why should you join the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce? I'll tell you why. Membership in the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce means membership in a worldwide network. When you join the chamber, you are joining a worldwide network of trade and organizations that are working collaboratively to promote your business interests. The chamber is in constant contact with businesses and trade promotion organizations in the global area that informs the chamber of specific trade opportunities in different business sectors in the Caribbean and the state of Texas. The ACCC has numerous opportunities, as I previously mentioned, for you to be a part and that we offer within the chamber. Again, we offer a large variety of different councils that I'm quite sure can spark your interest or pique your interest, highlighting business development as a major one. We have monthly mixers, networking business mixers, as well as we also service our senior community with monthly distributions and interacting with them. We are a community-based and family-driven chamber of network. We definitely partner up with not only the local officials to ensure that we are consistently in touch with our community, as well as different local and international businesses. The chamber offers several events, including our major signature event, which is the International Women's Soiree, which just took place 2 weeks ago. I am extremely proud that as a part of the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, we were able to honor over 20 international women, phenomenal women, that brings different diverse cultures, specialty areas, expertise. We honored lawyers, different women from all over. And it is something that I look forward to on a yearly basis. So who knows, if you would like more information about International Woman being honored, we do it every year in the month of March, where we honor our women for Women's History Month. I would love to hear about it. If you're interested, I will again leave my contact information in the box. And last but not least, I would like to offer my special thank you to Dr. Sabita Singh for inviting me to be a part of this amazing event. It is absolutely beautiful. I am honored that I was able to see all of the logistics, some of the logistics rather, of how she put this fabulous program into play. And it is now playing out today. Again, my name is Constance Jones. I will list all of my contact information in the chat box. I would love to speak further or collaborate. And I look forward to working in the future with Dr. Sabita. You have done an excellent job. Congratulations. And again, thank you guys. And I look forward to an excellent program.
I pray away my soul to keep. If I die before I pray away my soul to take.
Blow to this, laugh with your friends, make a joke to it. I'd love if you say you feel some hope through it. Don't worry about the hater, cause they all clueless. And when they had their chance, man, they all blew it. Sold your soul and it wasn't even gold, Judas. Nah, that's so foolish, asking me if I'm kosher and I ain't Jewish. Misconceptions of reality and symbolism that they can't believe. So wear your halo like a canopy, and you can open up your mind like a canopy. And be aware that you can't appease them. Summer, spring, fall, yeah, all the seasons. These hypocrites, they can't stand to reason. Rather stick to the lies and deceiving. Sometimes I feel like I could take a stroll through the park after dark, just me and my music, my dreams be all lucid, my headphones on, all the static I'm muted.
This that song make I wake up the whole nation. I no play that song make I shake up the whole life. Can't stop the way. You know you give me love like every day. Could I never live your life? Big song, Link Taylor is big man. This thing done get fixed up. Most I say he with us. Now switch up. I got a drink in my head right now. Singing like yeah. Pretty brown skin, give me love right now. Singing like yeah. I got a drink in my head right now. Singing like yeah. Pretty brown skin, give me love right now. Singing like This that song make I wake up the whole nation.
Real woman don't mean that you hear. Pretty nails and shoes don't mean you have to treat man when you stand on you. Woman, you're confused. Real woman have them bang you. And we don't make excuse. If all you have is sexy alone, you're bound to lose. So let me tell you about real woman. Don't do anything for a like on the gram. Let me tell you about real woman. Own house, own car, own land. Let me tell you about real woman. Boss up now, take charge of your man. Let me tell you about real woman. Tell them this your song. Put your hand in the air, yeah. Walk out, shout out, yeah. If you're not, you're Yeah, me know. Real woman buy me own fatty ticket. I'ma make it long time. System can't take my wicket. Tell them take them time with it. So when I cook up my bumper, that's mine. Buy out the basso, that's fine. Take a little wine pun, what's mine? Hey girl, don't cross this line. So let me tell you about real woman. Don't do anything for a like on the ground. Let me tell you about real woman. Old house, old car, on land. Let me tell you about real woman.
Oh, dog, I'm feeling like Dolce. My people told dog we making money on the daily. Yeah, dog, I'm feeling like Dolce. Yeah, people told dog we making money on the daily. Yeah. Trinidad, yeah, we blast. Get all you from me G, yeah, dog. Take a watch on my neck. I never take disrespect, and I make a name for myself. I swear they hate on the kid, but I never fool, never bend. Rapid fire for the days with them. Presidential like my rolling them. So they know me good them. How to migrate if you're going, man. You know we never beg no friend. Me, I'm a dog split dividends. Joey, no evidence. Full performance, no audience. Oh, dog, I'm feeling like Dolce.
Splash! Body wet up, wet girl, when the man them prefer. Drip drop on a wine and bubble. Body wet like river, baby. Splash! Body wet up, wet girl, when the man them prefer. Drip drop on a wine and bubble. Body wet like river, baby. Splash!
What you call that sauce? Kinda wine make man wild because cause them money single. Them man want to mingle.
Where you are? Lose this. Want to taste some sweet juice, eh? Hey, I go give you the wine, but you have to work for this ride. Splash!
Body wet up, wet gal with the man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and bubble. Body wet like river, baby.
Calypso, no summertime fling. Rocking to the rhythm and the style we are bring. Energy electric, I step in at the ring. Chipping and a chipping with a pretty little thing. And I know that it's gonna be my day. Spread the love and it's gonna go my way. Middle of the road and if you do a thing when the vibes start popping out. Yeah. Feel it when the sun comes out, even when it brings down. Don't miss the magic. So blessed to have it. Oh, feel it when the sun comes out, even when it brings down. Don't miss the magic, no. So blessed to have it. I just wanna feel free tonight. Let it all go. No need to hide energy. We ain't coming down. And everybody wanna, I'll give you mine. Vibes right up from the way your body wants. I know you can't get enough. Can you feel it now? When it beating in your soul, yeah. Go ahead and let the world know, yeah. From night until morning, them already know that them want it. See me out, going my way. Spreading love and it's gonna be my day. So I didn't see you coming. What is this kind of love, yeah? Frequencies buzzing. Now I am on your love, yeah. Maybe you're from another planet, or maybe I was designed for you. If she jump, then I jump. Wherever she go, I go in. And no mountain too high. Any river I cross it. If she stay left, then it's left. There ain't no second guessing. When she wrong, she's still right. She just want my attention. Anywhere I go, I find myself back to you, yeah. Love it when you ain't shot, darling, you lead the way, yeah. Break up just to make up, you know that type of shit, yeah. Hold your kisses, ransom till you have it your way, yeah. I never had it like you, boo. Wet to the slash, shit too good. Bad man when the feels is too good. Ooh, yeah.
This city can't hold me. My vibe's too high. And my heart it told me jump right now, you will touch the sky. Feel my love unfolding like a laughing flame. All who did not know me when not done, they gon' know the name. Million people coming down, dancing to a song. Love is life and life is love. Blessings from above. Can you feel the love that's in the air? When you feel it, let me hear you say, dancing, moving, moving everywhere. If you feel it, let me hear you say, can you feel the love that's in the air? Dancing, moving, moving everywhere. Take me to the river, take me to the sea. Wash over me music, wash over me. Take me to the river, take me to the river. Wash over me music, wash over me.
Saga boy, Saga boy. Saga boy, Saga boy. Snake oil, woman, oh you hot for. You got the juice, well I got sauce. Your place touch, I don't know what for. Y'all mess with like butter with a $5. Saga boy, Jenny man, red, white and black, you understand. The Dan is the man, I got the plan. Them when I hit and I know them y'all are fun. Come na man down, play, no me call him my name. Baby, no, I don't want all that fee. Bad mind can never bust my brain. But let me tell you this, a waistline call, answer the ring. Speak body language, I like them things. Sweet yeah, head from start to end. Y'all is when I sing, now let me do my thing.
The way you look me up and down, I know you notice things amazing, amazing, amazing. Tell that boy style, take time.
I know you're not ready for this.
Wine and young boy style, waiting.
This music was built on lyrical content, substance that hold together like sulfur. Can't make no sense if you make no sense. Not $1, $1 coin, not 1 pence. Better rise up fast, no one jump fence. Otherwise you can't send your daughters to convent. Have to sell your house and picture 110. That are the end result when you say nonsense. This are the music of wine and rhyme. This are the music of the downtime with the melodies to blow your mind. This are the sound of a renegade mind. Viking and Ataclan combined. This is the lyrics in the end of time.
This says stay tuned.
Thank you, Madam Minister. At this time, we'll cross the Atlantic and head to our next guest, who is standing by to present on the opportunities for TNT's fashion industry in China. Here is Her Excellency Annalisa Lau, Ambassador of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago to the People's Republic of China.
I would like to acknowledge Senator the Honorable Paula Gopee-Spoon, Minister of Trade and Industry, the Fashion TT team, Cardinal Services, and distinguished speakers. A wonderful good morning to everyone present. It is my pleasure to speak at this inaugural event, celebrating Fashion TT's first virtual trade mission and fashion exhibition. This is certainly a win for the fashion industry in Trinidad and Tobago. Next slide, please. Today, I am pleased to present and introduce opportunities for the Trinidad and Tobago fashion industry in China, the power of e-commerce, a potential area for developing a niche market, and also the emerging trends and consumer behavior that support this potential niche. Next slide, please. Can we go one slide down, please? As the first major global economy to return to substantial economic growth following a record contraction in 2020, China's fashion industry has likewise rebounded to pre-pandemic levels. Retail malls have long reopened in cities from Beijing to Wuhan, and with global travel at a standstill, homebound luxury shoppers have been spending more than ever. A lot of this activity has taken place online, much to the benefit of major e-commerce platforms like Alibaba, owned Tmall, and JD.com, using innovative short video and live streaming commerce to bridge the gap between the physical and the digital retail world. Before the pandemic, of course, China had already outstripped the United States to become the world's largest fashion market, reaching 121 billion US dollars in total annual sales in 2019. While China's economic buoyancy in the face of the pandemic has offered a much needed lifeline to foreign luxury brands, domestic brands have also made headway as consumers look increasingly inward. As competition in the market is fierce, with no shortage of choices for Chinese consumers, foreign brands must tailor their market strategies to the Chinese markets, which are often categorized by higher incomes in larger cities like Beijing and Shanghai, to small-tier cities with lower incomes to quickly identify unique value propositions that will resonate with Chinese consumers. Next slide, please. Owing to the pandemic's limitations on travel and mobility, Chinese consumers are choosing to buy more foreign goods online through cross-border e-commerce platforms, resulting in booming sales and a much higher demand for imported goods last year. In 2021 alone, China's e-commerce market was estimated to be larger than the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, Germany, and France combined. In addition, China's e-commerce sales in 2021 was approximately 52% of total retail sales, making it the first country in the world to have more online sales than traditional retail sales. Since the introduction of live streaming commerce by Alibaba's Taobao in 2016, revenues have skyrocketed, reaching an estimated 138 billion US dollars in 2020. Social media influencers have also proven their value in the live streaming environment, and in some cases generating more sales in a few hours than department stores do in a whole day. Next slide, please. Rapid urbanization, the increasing spending power of Chinese consumers, and expanding markets for both luxury and streetwear contributes to increasing demand for well-made, creative, and unique pieces from various fashion labels. Current research and fashion trends in China indicate that Trinidad and Tobago's fashion industry exhibits tremendous potential. While the current scale and production limitations and, of course, the saturation of foreign competitors worldwide present numerous challenges to our fashion industry, the diversity and the boldness of the Caribbean palette and aesthetic provide a natural competitive advantage in which the industry can successfully capitalize in order to maximize potential and strengths in a highly competitive and dynamic industry. As we are discovering in most industries, economic recovery in the post-pandemic world requires strategy, innovation, and reflection. Research is showing that the fashion industry, particularly luxury brands, recognized the shift in consumer demands and started to reactivate product categories that were once dormant, but are now showing immense potential in 2022 and beyond. One such category is resort wear, also known as vacation fashion. Next slide, please. This demand for resort wear is predominantly driven by the evolution of the tourism industry, particularly post-pandemic. China has one of the largest tourism industries in the world, which offers a perfect opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago's fashion stakeholders to grow and, of course, to carve out a niche market of resort wear to satisfy the globalized generation of consumers who travel frequently. However, given the varying limitations in global mobility and travel that emerged from the pandemic, the tourism industry has evolved and undergone a major shift to not only accommodate current travel restrictions, but also encapsulate the needs and demands of travelers seeking a whole range of vacation experiences. Similarly, according to recent market intelligence, global luxury brands are also aiming to reevaluate their approach to vacation wear, as more traditional resort collections have no relation to the present reality and the aesthetic of today's tourists, and they're also quite dated. From the profiles of our designers and the collections displayed here today, the sophistication and diversity of the pieces that can also be classified as resort wear can target a diverse range of vacation experiences, from trendy beach wear to evening elegance. Sophisticated Chinese consumers are consistently displaying an appetite for newness and individuality, meaning that niche and emerging brands, very much like those seen in Trinidad and Tobago, are on the rise across China. With the incremental lifting of travel restrictions and the advent of staycations, the rise in domestic travel and the development of stay-at-home economy, market intelligence shows that resort wear has immense potential in generating significant returns in 2022. Next slide, please. Anyone will agree that China is indeed an enormous market, and it can be overwhelming when thinking about market penetration at this stage. Given that our fashion industry is still considered quite nascent in terms of global outreach, it is crucial to not only be strategic, but to also make sense commercially. With these factors in mind, choosing the ideal markets that complement the product offering is paramount. Sanya, which is a coastal city located on the southern Chinese island of Hainan, is often described as the Hawaii of China, and is comparable to popular Caribbean destinations like Tobago and Barbados due to its tropical climate, abundance of resorts, beaches, and tourist attractions. Hainan is also positioned to become a global tourism and shopping destination in 2022. Hainan is also one of China's special economic zones that welcomes foreign business and investment and prides itself on being a duty-free market for fashion and retail. Indeed, as travel retail and outlet malls in Europe and the United States become increasingly starved of Chinese consumers, and where travel restrictions and even geopolitical strife have decimated destinations like Hong Kong, which were once favored by mainland shoppers, new hubs such as Sanya and Haikou in Hainan are attracting investment, business, and domestic tourism. Next slide, please. I wish to leave with you 3 main takeaway points from this presentation today, with the hope of fostering greater understanding of the Chinese fashion landscape. The stay-at-home economy also propelled a greater preference for e-commerce platforms to purchase foreign merchandise. The Trinidad and Tobago fashion industry also exhibits promising potential due to a competitive advantage that can be capitalized in China. Thirdly, the post-pandemic evolution of tourism via staycations and the rise of domestic travel have increased the demand for resort wear, especially amongst more sophisticated consumers in China. And well, lastly, actually 4 points, the similarities in culture, climate, and tourism offerings in Sanya and Hainan province offer ample opportunities for growth and demand of resort chic attire from Trinidad and Tobago. In closing, I wish to invite various fashion stakeholders from Trinidad and Tobago to get in touch with us at the embassy in Beijing, and we would be more than willing to facilitate discussions on how to approach and explore different opportunities in China in relation to the fashion industry. Thank you.
Trinidad and Tobago's first international virtual fashion showcase. Experience it firsthand with Lotus Richey Ignites, the official agency covering the event for the U.S. telecast. In collaboration with Cardinal Services and Fashion TT, Lotus Richey Ignites is your business one-stop shop for all your business needs. Connect with us today.
Okay.
The new season of Lotus Richey Ignite Show, bringing you realness, authenticity, and unparalleled wisdom from top leaders, business professionals, pioneers, and everyday people. Thank you for joining us. Have a great time during the show.
I'd like to share my screen with you. So let's see for the slides.
The Trinidad and Tobago Embassy in Brasilia is very encouraged by the dedication and energy that has emerged from the Trinbago fashion industry, especially those new designers, producers, and marketing agents that cater to the more expressive urban, youth culture, and innovative sectors of the market. Such trends are being observed in the markets here in the Southern Cone geographical region, and therefore the potential is great. My name is Gerard Green, and I am the ambassador of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago to Brazil, with responsibility eventually for Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay. We extend hearty congratulations to Fashion TT on the launch of this virtual fashion exhibition platform, a very timely innovation which displays the high quality and attractiveness of Trinidad and Tobago's fashion and facilitates quality time engagements between designers and producers and their prospective clients. Our top designers have already established themselves on the world stage, and as we enter this new phase, the future looks very exciting for the Trinidad and Tobago brand in the fashion industry. Once again, congratulations to Fashion TT from all of us here in the Embassy, Brazil, and we stand prepared to work with all of our stakeholders in the journeys ahead of us.
Wine for me, don't be too scared. Look at them curves and the way you move got me like them. Oh me, oh my, what have we here?
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, and to all our valued speakers. It's time for the first part of our panel discussion, which will focus on Caribbean fashion and the global fashion industry. We welcome our panelists. In London, Professor Andrew Ramroop, Principal and Founder of the Savile Row Academy, one of the leading tailoring schools in the world. And based in India is Dr. Maya Pradeep, CEO, Haute Couture India and Miss Heritage India. It's over now to a moderator, the project lead at Fashion TT, Aisha Stewart.
Maybe I should sing slightly.
Okay, I think Andrew can start. Please carry on this saying.
Hindi or
Sorry, English.
Hindi or English? Okay.
Yes.
Soca or calypso?
Sorry?
We're waiting for the moderator for that.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say really that my involvement in the global fashion industry has been always.
Hi, hello. Okay, I have now come up to join you guys. Good morning,
Very good morning.
Welcome to our first panel discussion. It is truly
Pleasure to see you, Aisha.
Honor. Yes, so nice to see you again, Dr. Pradeep. And it's such a pleasure and honor to be with both of you to talk about the global fashion industry and the Caribbean's place in it and the role of excellence really in separating and distinguishing yourself in the industry. So, Professor Rambu, thank you so much for joining us. It's so lovely to have you. And hey, it's a very international panel. Somebody's from London, somebody's from India, and somebody's in Trinidad. So wonderful. We're embodying what we're talking about. So the industry, the last 2 years has been very difficult for everyone with the pandemic, but that has brought a lot of opportunities for many in the global industry, and the industry has changed dramatically and moved towards, of course, the platforms that focus on sustainability. So what are the opportunities that you both see that have emanated from this shift in the industry, and what is the role and how important it is to be really excellent at your craft, excellent at your business, excellent in marketing, as you try and distinguish yourself in this new era? So Professor Ramrup, and then, of course, Dr. Gu.
Oh, yes, certainly. Well, thank you. Thank you, Aisha. I think that's my involvement has always been great. I've been teaching at the London College of Fashion, University of the Arts, for a very, very long time, since 1976 actually, and teaching at the Salvador Academy, and of course I've taught in Colombo, Sri Lanka, Mumbai, Trinidad and Tobago, here in London, and I'm off to Hong Kong in May, teaching the skills of a master tailor. So that's most of my involvement has been, quite apart from running a company on Savile Row, on several. It is that training is a very important part, developing, use the word excellence, developing excellence throughout sharing knowledge and experience. As the global marketplace becomes smaller and smaller, and as industry becomes a lot more competitive, it is no longer for us here in the West to get cheap and clothing made in, say, Bangladesh, places in India or Sri Lanka or China. It's as conditions improve in these factories, then prices increase, and so no longer going to cheaper parts of the world. So this is where Trinidad and Tobago comes in with the training that we've been doing in Trinidad to elevate the standards, to compete globally. And that's very, very important because as the other parts of the world become more and more expensive to produce, we've been doing here in the right way in Trinidad, train for the standards to make them to be globally recognized, globally valuable. And I think that's a very important part of training for the future.
Okay, may I?
Of course,
Actually, I'm going to answer your question since I am CEO of Haute Couture, and Haute Couture is a buying and design house which works globally with many fashion retail houses globally. Yes, during the pandemic, we definitely saw down time for the fashion and apparel industry, and many suppliers in India lost money because of cancellations, and many retail houses could not sell what they had produced. So I am today, I'm so happy to see this virtual 3D disruptive way of showcasing fashion. It's definitely one of its first of its kind. And when everything is going virtual, I would say definitely why not fashion? I mean, we should have done the show during the pandemic so that, there have been, some business happening. So definitely virtual is the future. And I would say that this is a great innovative way and disruptive way because after seeing the few glimpses of the fashion garments and the brands that I have seen, my mind is already working how to reach your country as fast as possible. So, because there is a great opportunity. I saw some great fashions, resort wear, fashion wear, evening wear, and these, as I'm talking, from Indian point of view, there is possibility for a great collaboration with TT and this kind of fashion show. Today, I'm sitting in the comfort of my home because it's evening in India and I'm seeing great fashion, and this is the future. And I think going forward, many retail brands also are working and talking about creating virtual fashion and showcasing the collections so that customers globally, because the world has shrunk globally due to the virtual way, so people can buy, and this will add to the business that's already existing, which is online, offline. So yes, this is a great innovation, and I'm sure it's going to be definitely rocking.
Thank you, Dr. Philip, and I agree. Like the entire virtualization of the fashion industry has been incredible to watch and witness, and to be doing even something like this where we are all three in completely different parts of the world and still be able to communicate. It's amazing and incredible. Yeah. And I would say, Professor Ramru, that you have also really used innovation in your teaching style, because I remember when the pandemic first started, Professor Ramru was working with the government of Trinidad and Tobago teaching culture bespoke a level 2 course, and I thought to myself, how was this going to continue? Yet you continued almost seamlessly. You talk about how you've used innovation in your business, which is what you would think as an older form of business, but yet you've consistently used innovation and technology to advance how you market, how you teach, how you even your construction. So can you speak on that?
Yes, well, I'd like to think we're more traditional than old. I might be old, but otherwise more traditional about it. But a very interesting question. Thank you for that question about innovation as we grow and develop and become more and more 21st century and beyond. And what we have been doing and what's been actually fast-track our international learning experience. Currently, I have students in 9 countries teaching the skills of a master tailor online. So we've got in the region of 460 videos. And then I meet my premium students once a week for 1 hour, communicating, inspiring, critiquing their work, and having an overall rapport, not just in the craft of tailoring and cutting and fitting and design, but also giving them entrepreneurial tips and design tips and how they can develop themselves whatever part of the world that they're in. And so that is how we've used innovation in our field of art. It's online teaching. And so we've reached this, and this actually started during the pandemic. I taught the students in Trinidad online. And then we went international. And as I said, now we're in 9 countries.
Nice.
Yeah, amazing, totally amazing. And Dr. Pradeep, would you also kind of chime in on how companies, local companies, or even international companies, how they can be competitive in this current global environment? Because one thing about yes, it's virtual, so everything is the earth is flat, as they say. The earth is not flat. Everybody's customer, but that doesn't mean that everybody's competition now. So how can you distinguish yourself in this global framework?
See, with the travel restrictions and with no flights reaching, previously it was like we going to the customers, the fashion retail houses and doing a presentation. Now the presentation is global, online. What happens is that designs now we used to receive couriers with the design sheets and all. Now it's by mails. So we are going paperless. There is an advantage there. And then, we are putting more efforts to understand the designs without having the design sheets or even the fabric swatches, what we used to get earlier by couriers. So, of course, there is a paperless working, and then even we are working more online, talking to the designers, and we also design as far as the global works. We from India always provide fabric swatches and embroideries and design ideas, and then the customer, the other side, collaborates with us on these ideas, and then a design is created and the bulk production happens. Now, anyways, and even after having all these designs now online and by mails, we found it quite effective. In fact, the last 2 years, the business has been good and working this way, and we are seeing a saving. Of course, this could be a minute saving in the fashion prices going high because the apparels are always high. Though we are talking about sustainable clothing, the prices never come down to the raw material. So maybe these small, minuscule savings are helping us save in some other form. And another, advantage that even inspections that we used to go physically, sometimes now we are asking inspections for the goods that has to be exported. We ask third-party inspections to be, because there was no travel. So, without an inspection, we'll never send the goods out because reliability still continues, irrespective of pandemic or no pandemic. So we used to take it up, help of the third-party inspection services, which was located in the area of the factory, and that's how we inspected the whole goods, and work and export still happened. But the new way of working is this, and it's better that all of us get used to it. Even designer can. We have a common screen, and we work on it. And in fact, I think that's a great way because there's a lot of exchanges and communication happens, and it really brings us closer understanding for the whole design to be created, which was otherwise by mail or by couriers, and we just understand what we understood. But nowadays it's more exchanges, and above all, there is more humanity, and because the pandemic made us all very realize that all this could happen. So there's more human touch to the whole business now.
Yes,
that's really interesting. It's very interesting what Maya has just said. What we have done as a learning institution and as a business is that from Trinidad, I have actually been relating to customers in as far away as Nevada, whereby we did a video on how to take measurements and send that video to potential customers. Customers are getting someone else to watch the video, take measurements, and then we send the swatches through by post and make the patterns and prepare it for the current fitting out. Then they send it back to Trinidad, and we take it to an advanced fitting. And it's a little bit, it's much cheaper than taking a plane to go out there by paying a courier service. And I have made suits in Trinidad for customers in the United States and still have a wealth of orders there from the US, which represents 30% of our business.
That is incredible because you think bespoke, like it has to be in person, but no, you have really revolutionized and adapted with technology, and the people their customers can fit them, measure themselves, and then get swatches. That is incredible. That is really
that's one of the really innovative ways we've been doing business. You get DHL and FedEx coming to my studio with much frequency. There is the way. And the interesting thing is that customers are responding to that because they understand it's a new way of doing business, and traveling is a lot more challenging than it used to be.
Yes, and also because you have gotten used to this whole entire being in your home, there's a comfort set. So you're also catering to their needs as well on a deeper level. So your customer service is becoming even more refined. That is incredible. That's incredible.
Yes, and we are getting used to it, and there are a lot of advantages also. In fact, there are apps now that you could fit your, if there is a collection, and you could fit yourself into the collections and find which is the best for you. So there's another app, and in a little more forward technology than going to even the retail stores or the brick and mortar stores. You can sit at your home and see which garment or the apparel suits you best. So this is going all the way, everything virtual. So
everything is changing.
Yes, and it's here to stay for sure.
Yeah, and that's the incredible thing. It's amazing, and what seemed like such a doomsday time of a pandemic, so many great opportunities, so many great innovations, so many different ways of conducting business have arisen. So our last question for both panelists is, what one tip would you give to emerging designers, who are looking to move from their national base to the international customers? What is the one tip you would give them in this current era?
Andrew?
Well, yes, what I would like to say, well, thank you, Maya, for putting me in at the what I would like to say, I believe that we've got to distinguish ourselves in some way rather than follow what others are doing. Just as I did a post this morning, it is to create a trail for others to follow. You've got to be innovative, not only in the way you do business, but in your design, in your appeal, and you will appeal to your customers in a way that they want to wear, and they want to purchase, and they want to support you, because you put in your heart and soul into something that's very, very creative. In addition to that, I think we've got to focus very much on delivering excellence to our customers. And that is absolutely vital. That's one of the other edges that you can have. We've got, as a business, we've moved to customers in 60 countries so far. So we're pretty global in our marketplace. And this is what I'd like to see the Trinidad are practicing, not just on the university business, but looking at a much wider audience. And what Fashion TT and what CBK is doing is phenomenal. And I'm so impressed by this entire program. Congratulations and best wishes to everyone involved.
Thank you.
Well, I would say that, yes, I saw there is a great potential with the TT fashion brands. I would insist on quality, delivery on time, and specs. Specs matters because every country has their different specs followed, and what I could see is that I'm so happy hearing during the shows the speaker before said that the government is going to support the participants today with 3-year participation in trade shows and all that, and that's a great way to connect with the world. Please, I will tell all the designers to participate in trade shows and allow, even when you're having shows in your own country, call us. We would like to see what we can make for you, because from India, it's a manufacturing hub. Labor is cheap around the world. But then, if you want to go global, quality, delivery on time, and communication is great. So work on these arenas and participate in trade shows, have exchanges, connect with industries like us, and then even the embassy will connect you for sourcing or even selling. The brands that I saw have potential to sell all over the world. The world is a small market. All you need to be is quality conscious, delivery on time, and communication, and then you're there. So this is what is my advice to the designers, and then great show by these designers, amazing garments.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pradeep, and thank you so much, Professor. It was really, really just so awesome to just hear not only just a hopeful tone in terms of where the industry is going, but such a focus on innovation and being innovative and utilizing technology in the delivery of your business, and of course, excellence in customer service, excellence in delivery, excellence in quality. Really appreciate it, both of you, for being on our panel.
Thank you. Namaste from India. It was a pleasure talking to you all.
Pleasure.
Hi, Honorable Minister Gopi School, Your Excellencies, distinguished designers, speakers, delegates, guests, colleagues, friends. Good morning, guten tag, buongiorno, buenos dias, tsao an, sabah al-kahari. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. And today I'm going to talk to you about the new customers, the people who buy your goods, and how they're changing, and why understanding them and exceeding their expectations would be key to success in the new normal. I want to say a very special thank you, of course, to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, EXPO TT, Fashion TT, Cardinal Services for having me on here this morning, but also to say that you're doing a great job. Digital is definitely the way to go. Next. I'm from Leve Global, and our mission is to cooperatively elevate tourism, trade, and lives. We've been doing this all over the world because we believe that regenerative, responsible, and resilient development are a must in the new normal. Next. And of course, over 20 years, we have focused on innovation, regeneration, and trade. We have provided innovative solutions to travel and trade and lives all over the world, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and of course, the Americas. Next. Fast facts, we can skip that and go on to the next one. What have we done? We have created responsible tourism for South Africa. On behalf of the European Union, it was a post-Mandela South Africa, and we needed to do something very different. We've done the export strategy for Jamaica, and we've developed the claim Run Fast, Live Slow, looking at the markets. We've helped the Bahamas develop the Chinese market in terms of a growing multi-billion-dollar market that could be targeting to the Chinese. And of course, one of the things the Chinese love are the swimming pigs in one of the Bahamian islands. Of course, in Montserrat, an island in the Caribbean that was buried under a major volcano, we helped them develop the volcano value chain and help them turn ash to cash. And this has been a totally amazing experience as well. Next one, you could go a bit quicker. Of course, Abu Dhabi, helping them navigate from oil to tourism, considering, of course, that Dubai was the main game in town, and Abu Dhabi wanted to know what was its approach, and we helped them. And one of the things, of course, we said is to be different. Don't try to be another Dubai. Focus on your rich culture, heritage, and history within the Emirates. Of course, Singapore, we helped to develop their technology and competitiveness, and I delivered the Intelligent Island Public Lecture on Tourism and Technology many moons ago to help them really target and focus on technology. Today's presentation, we focus on the paradigm shift, the almighty customers and how they're changing, the demographics, the geographics, the psychographics, why technology is a master facilitator, and very importantly, what the implications are for your business. Next. So COVID-19 is the greatest opportunity of our lifetime. And of course, as our minister said earlier on, it's a great opportunity. It allows us to rethink, to reinvent, to reinvest, to do all of these kinds of things, to reimagine, to build responsible, build more resilient, to become anti-fragile, to innovate, to become inclusive, sustainable, and fair. And it's allowed us to really rethink. And it has accelerated a paradigm shift. It is not that COVID has created the stuff, but it has driven it to become much more significant. Now, a paradigm shift is a radical shift in thinking. Remember the days when finance was the be-all and end-all of the whole economy? And then came the economy, then came the society, and then came the planet. Well, hey guys, the planet is the essence today, followed by society, and then the economy, and then finance. So every 50 to 60 years, the world is driven by creative gales of destruction. This is according to Joseph Schumpeter. And as we can see, the world has actually been led by the first wave, the industrial age, the second wave, the age of steam power, the third wave, heavy engineering. And what's really important is to look at the fuel of these waves. It was cotton, coal, steel, oil, microelectronics, and the fuel of today is data. Data is the single most important fuel that will actually drive economic success for the future. Next one. Data is the new oil. And don't be surprised that the money follows the data. The revenue of the 5 data companies, it's in the billions and billions and going. And why data is important is because consider that if you spend 1 minute on the internet searching or doing anything, the internet, Facebook and Google knows you better than your partner even. Now, what is the real business of Tesla? Do you think that Tesla really is in the business of making cars, making electronic cars, or saving planet Earth because of electricity? No. Tesla is a computer on wheels. It's the data that Tesla generates. And can you imagine from driving how many more data points you'll actually be using? So not surprising The stock prices of Tesla is 1,000 compared to Mercedes-Benz, which is less than $20. The money follows the data. Now, what's causing the paradigm shift? Let's see. Now, we have the customers who are driving it. The technology is facilitating change. The environment is providing limits to growth. You can see the future, Fridays for Futures, and all of these developments. Locals are very demanding. We are in the know, and we want different development. And countries are much more caring. The balance of power is shifting, and customers are the ones calling the shots. We call them the almighty customers because they are the single most important influence on a company's success. You call them the buyers. They are the customers, and they are radically changing. How are they changing? From the mass standardized customers, they're more authentic and individual. They are more, instead of being carefree, they're more cautious. From sun, sea, and safari, they want to go beyond the beaches. Instead of being superficial, they want more intensive experiences. And those are just some examples. And of course, you have the whole idea of co-working, where people don't just want to come to your country, they want to live in your country, work in your country for like a year. Now, who are the customers of old? Now, these customers did not care where they went or how they got there. These are the customers of the future. And these guys paid a fortune to be tied up somewhere with some skirts and whatever else is to have a stress-free holiday. Now, the only limit is the imagination. Of course, these are the digital nomads who want to work from everywhere. These are the customers of the future. Now, there are demographic shifts, geographic shifts, and psychographic shifts, which we will look at very quickly. Now, customers are getting older. Consider that 43% of all Germans will be over 60 years old by 2050. And in America, think about it. Adults who are 65 years and older account for 16% of the population, but 80% of COVID deaths. The moral of the story is that our market could be 6 feet below the ground. And the question for us is, are we able, ready, and capable to deal with the young and the restless, Generation Z and the avatars? These are the questions for us. Now, let us look at the geographic shifts now. As you know, the emerging markets, China and Asia, are the new kids on the block, the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China. And the trade partners, or trade flows are moving also from west to east. China surpassed the United States by a mile. Next one. And of course, when we look at the growth of over 3% growth in GDP, they are all Asian, they are all the other ones. And this has serious consequences for us who have been traditionally used to catering to Western markets that we've grown accustomed to. So we need to change. Now, Western markets, for example, wanted sun, sea, and I suppose sex. But Asian markets want something a little bit different. They also want S's. They want status, they want sightseeing, and they want shopping. We need to deliver what they are looking for example. Now, next slide. There are also psychographic shifts. The customers are more healthy. They are more health conscious. They look at what they eat. They are fast. They want to run. They want to exercise. They want to eat slow. They want to eat fresh. They want things that are natural. They want organic. They want authentic. And they want real, exactly what Trinidad and Tobago has to offer, for example. Now, technology is facilitating change. And how are they doing that? Next slide. The customers, as you know, in the driver's seat, but the technologies are an important vehicle to understand, target, and reach your target, and track your customers. Next one. Technologies are inherently disruptive. They're changing the way we look, book, eat, play, sleep, and everything, so that the largest store in the world has no buildings. The largest hotel chain in the world owns Airbnb, owns no hotels, and the largest taxi company owns no taxis. Just 3 down the road, yes. Next one, right. So in order to win, woo, and wow customers, you need to embrace and engage technology for sure. And very importantly, we need to act. We need to look at the new technological influences. For example, the metaverse. Consider that there are 5 billion internet users worldwide, and that's the size of our market, with over half in Asia. So we need to do that. The metaverse is here. And what's important about the metaverse is there's a whole new universe. It's a digital universe, a virtual playground. It's like Star Trek come to life. except that you in the movie, you can create any experiences you want, put on anything you want, do anything you want, play whatever you want. It's an entirely different ballgame, and we need to be ready for it. So if you look at the components of the metaverse, it's really about using a digital infrastructure to generate in the blue side ultimate amazing experiences for the customer and for the client. We need to engage it and we need to look at it. And these are some of the avatars that our customers are looking at. Our customers create avatars that can dress in your clothes. Are we able, ready, and willing to don these, to dress our avatars? And the exciting thing about these avatars is that, you know, people may not have the money to afford like the Christian Dior, the Louboutin, but their alternative egos can actually be dressed in those Louis Vuitton stuff. Now, what are the implications for tourism, trade, and alliance? Very quickly, we need to understand our customers and we need to use big data to get close to the customers, but we also need to recognize that there are fundamental cultural differences. And as an example, think about it. KFC also offers halal for the Muslim market, and Mac offers a Maharaji Mac because Indians don't eat meat or beef, for example. We need to embrace and engage the technologies and seriously engage with the metaverse. And this is why I think that this whole event is just exactly where it's at. We need to understand the Asian market because consider that we're looking at 5 billion people in Asia and $5 trillion in the next 10 years. We need to build linkages among tourism, trade, and the creative industries. We need to realize that tourism is not just a bed night. And this is why we actually launched an event called Leve and Tobago in the Caribbean, because we wanted to integrate the whole, we needed to integrate fine art, fashion, cuisine, food, music, and culture in one total experience that is really and truly Caribbean with rum, rhythm, and integrate that with the tourism destinations. Next slide. You can just run through those quickly. So this is some of the things that fashion, culture, food, rhythm, art, fine art, and of course we need to innovate. And one of the innovations we've had in the Caribbean in the travel industry has been that. Don't forget the environment. We need to engage creatives. And this is why at Exceptional Caribbean we have really launched a platform to really trade, exchange, promote everything that is exceptional about the Caribbean. Stories or people or planet or products or services, Caribbean talent, destinations, locations, and amazing experiences. Ultimately, we want the world to fall in love with the Caribbean. And we want us to fall in love with our own Caribbeanness because we are wonderful and we honestly believe that what we have, the world really wants to buy. And these are just some examples of some of the exceptional location-based services that's Philippines and Tobago. This one is, next one. Next slide. Exceptional talent you can find, exceptional products. In summary, the future of travel and trade is tech, T, technology. We need to use and engage the technology. E, environment. We talk about sustainable usage. C, customers, creativity and community. And H, humanity. Thank you. Gracias. It's been a pleasure being here. And we certainly look forward to more. Thank you so much.
The panel discussion continues now with guests Mr. Richard Young, Creative Director and Fashion Impresario, and Dr. H.C. Lotus Richer, Founder and CEO of Lotus Richer Ignites, Coaching and Consulting. Our panel will now speak on Caribbean aesthetic and the building of Caribbean fashion businesses. It's back to a moderator, the project lead at Fashion TT, Aisha Stewart. Coaching and Consulting. Our panel will now speak on Caribbean aesthetic and the building of Caribbean fashion businesses. It's back to a moderator, the project lead at Fashion TT, Aisha Stewart.
Aisha. Hello, Richard. It's great to meet you again.
Hi, Dr. Richer. Hello, Alicia.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Dr. Lotus.
It's back to a moderator, the project lead at Fashion TT, Aisha Stewart.
Hello, Richard. It's great. Hi. To see you again. It's nice being here. Glad to see you. I'm glad to meet you, Alicia.
Same. So I think we have a little lag. Maybe someone has a cell phone or something playing. So I think we have a little lag. But both of you look absolutely amazing. So do you.
I'm looking for Aisha.
Okay. I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic.
I'm not seeing Aisha.
No, not yet. I think Aisha's coming. So while we're waiting for Aisha, I got to tell you, everything with this amazing fashion show is just brilliant. No, not yet. Cardinal Services, Fashion TT, and all the people around the world that's supporting. So waiting for Aisha, it's no wonder that it's as brilliant as it is. I gotta tell you, the fans, even on my show, all around the world, we have people just coming in from Japan, the Philippines, and all over the world. And you know what they're saying? They have never seen anything like this. How is it that Mr. Fashion Aesthetics himself, Mr. Richard Young, and Dr. Lotus Richey, and Aisha, hey,
hi,
how are you?
Aisha.
Hi, I was stuck outside in the backstage, nobody wanted to invite me to the party. What is this?
Well, you know, get here, lady.
So we're waiting for Alicia, but while we're waiting for Alicia, I must say I love speaking to both of you, Dr. Richey and Richard. Should I call you Mr. Young? But I feel like
you can call me Richard.
I feel Mr. Young is a little dating the farmers. Yes. Come on. Yes. So it's wonderful being here with you guys. And I'm just going to start off with the first question while we're waiting for Alicia to come up. Of course, I'm going to ask one of my favorite people in the world, Richard. He is the originator of this term Caribbean aesthetic. I mean, you hear it just kind of bandied about everywhere. Everybody's talking about Caribbean aesthetic, but nobody really understands the grounding foundations. What is Caribbean aesthetic and how are Caribbean designers unique in this global fashion arena?
Well, my belief on the Caribbean aesthetic comes from a very centered and grounded and experiential space. My awareness that our uniqueness is what we need to put to the front through cultural confidence to position us on the world market, In order to sell, in order to merchandise, we have to do it efficiently, expediently, effectively, and therefore we need to find what our competitive edge is. Our competitive edge is because we are rooted in this part of the world, and we have been crafting and forging a way of survival that has become our lifestyle. So in the costuming of our lifestyle, our Caribbean aesthetic plays an insignificant role because we are doing it in our way. We are doing it the ways that feel comfortable to us, the ways that are natural to us, the ways that are indigenous to us. So therefore, we are using innovative, ingenious ways to style ourselves. So I have always believed that the way for the world to take us seriously is not to join the bandwagon of what exists, but to add value, to add to the template in order to attract the fashion arbiters and the cognoscenti, and to follow in the paths of trailblazers like Professor Andrew Ramroop, who has impressed upon the world that excellence can come from this part of the world and that we have style embedded in our soul that we can impart onto garments and onto costumes and onto wearable art. And so I am very exhilarated to be in this space where this thing that I have been calling the Caribbean aesthetic for 30 years is now being crafted and styled and put into a virtual trade mission. And I was really honored and humbled to be given the assignment of crafting the stories videographically and photographically to sell this branding because we're so eclectic, we're so plural, we're so cosmopolitan. So I could go on about this syncretic life culture that we have that we can use in our merchandising. So the term unique selling perspective, selling position, selling proposition, selling point, we have it. We have it, and we have to put it to the front burner of our sales in moving forward to make us sustainable, viable, and saleable. So
thank you so much, Richard. I love that. I love that. Sustainable, saleable, and viable. I love that. That is exactly what we hope to do in the region and particularly in Trinidad and Tobago with our fashion designers. And Dr. Rashay, now that we've been talking about this Caribbean aesthetic, this is the second time we've really been interacting with Richard on this Caribbean aesthetic. How can designers fit that Caribbean aesthetic into developing and crafting their unique selling position? It's part of our DNA, but each and every one is unique. And how do they use that in their business and developing that unique saleable thing that will help them distinguish themselves?
Well, let's talk about fashion and understand what that word fashion really means. It's been expressed that fashion is a self-expression and autonomy at a particular period or place in a specific context and really time, because what I might wear today, I might not wear tomorrow. And let's face it, fashion changes from day to day. And one of the ways that people can really have that aesthetic is just be true to themselves. Just be who you are. We've heard this cliche, if you will, to thine own self be true. I found that when we are true to ourselves, to where we come from, it helps pave a stronger way forward to where we're trying to go. And so it's unequivocal. Wherever you're from, no matter rich, poor, no matter if you speak English, if you speak Spanish, whatever language you speak, wherever you're from, male, female, however you show up in the world, you have to be true to yourself. And fashion continues to open its doors to people who want to continue to just be who they are. Let's face it, the fashion industry itself is about a $2.5 trillion industry that touches everybody on the planet. And it's even been expected by statistics that it's going to rise above 3 trillion by 2030. But the only way it's going to happen is if designers, if fashion moguls, and everyday people just like you and I just be true to themselves, to their own aesthetic. Because fashion is not just what we think about, it's what we become. Many of us are walking billboards. And so the first things first, how you come up and how you show up has to start from within. But it has to start from a foundation of truth.
Thank you, Dr. Rashay. Wow, very extremely powerful. And Alicia, so Alicia is really an expert in digital media, digital marketing. How can fashion designers use digital media and use digital marketing to expand their reach?
Definitely. So, we at Guardian Media, we are very delighted to be part of this movement. This is absolutely, it's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, and Guardian Media has been around for 105 years. We've been in existence for 105 years, and we are the pilots of the largest and most robust multimedia operation in Trinidad and Tobago with an average daily reach of 3.7 million. Now, Richard was talking about getting to your customer and how do we market the business, and this is where you do it. This powerhouse that is Guardian Media incorporates the Guardian newspaper, both print and digital, CNC3. We have 7 radio stations across Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana, and we have the big board company, which makes it the most comprehensive media company in the Caribbean. And with that being said, we are a publicly traded company, which I hope everybody here are shareholders too. But when it comes to the digital Guardian, we are the most subscribed digital paper across 50 countries, especially among the West Indian diaspora in Toronto, New York, Florida, Houston, and London, providing credible and verified content aimed at keeping the diaspora fully connected, and that is very important. We are scattered throughout the globe, and without that connectivity to our roots and staying connected and exposed to our people, our food, our fashion, we are not going to be able to be true to ourselves, as Dr. Richie just said. Another way to drive this home, we have the We Empowerment magazine, Women's Empowerment magazine. It's a leading publication under our umbrella of products that is dedicated to creating content that promotes not only local content, but local female entrepreneurs across all the industries, including the fashion industry. So with regard to digital and corporate and moving the fashion industry forward, it is a matter of dedication, not only from the public sector, but also from the private sector. This is where GML comes in. So definitely we are supporting and pledging our ongoing and unwavering support in assisting both the existing and the upcoming designers to highlight their craft and surpass their business goals. So that really, it has to be an amalgamation of not only the people, but all of the stakeholders. And there is the digital platform in order to take the business forward.
Thank you so much, Alicia. And as the last panel was discussing, this whole new digital frame with this digital era is here to stay. And it's really how our designers have been throughout the pandemic, how they grew their businesses. Many grew their businesses because they transitioned online and had to really connect with their customers in a different way. And it's amazing that Guardian Media and Guardian Digital has this large footprint, particularly in diaspora communities, which is a key market for many of our designers. Right. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Alicia.
You're welcome.
And I just want to ask a question for Richard and, of course, Dr. Riche. In this era, we are in a very amazing moment where there's a recognition of the importance of different elements of society, whether that is your minority groups, whether that is female-based businesses, whether that is focusing on the environment. There's so many things that have just become very critical in this moment of time. How can fashion designers really leverage these talking points and not only just to be part of the conversation, but also to build from that conversation to attract customers, the business, the whole thing? Dr. Riche, go ahead, because I see Richard giving up his. He's putting together his brilliant thoughts.
The hot seat. She put me in the hot seat. So I want to say that it is unequivocal that in order for us to come to a common ground, we have to really identify where we are with things and what makes us stronger together and what makes us different, because it's our differences that really help us to be better. I think I shared with you the other day, we had a conversation on my show, and I talked about when I was living and working in Japan. I noticed that a lot of the trends that Japanese persons had were from the United States, but not just from the United States. They were taking bits and pieces from all over the world. And so again, that lets us know that no matter who we are, no matter where we are, we have to show up. And I think those discussions need to be had. We need to come together and really look at our differences and say, well, yes, this is different, but how can this impact us when it comes to fashion? Because every country, every culture, and every tradition brings a fashion sense that is really their own. Yet, when we embrace it on a global level, like we're doing today, okay, we can change the millennium, not just where we are today, but also where we're going to in the future. But the conversations have to be had. We have to really realize that we are stronger together.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I love that. We're stronger together. Go ahead, Richard.
I was just being polite and gentlemanly and allowing the lady to go first. You know that this thing is dear to my heart and my tongue can roll out of my head here because I'm given the opportunity to speak what I've been speaking for decades. The most important thing is identity branding. And emblematic, iconic people like Jeffrey Holder and Peter Minshall, who have set ablaze an awareness that Trinidad and Tobago style is so important to the melting pot that is the Caribbean aesthetic. And those kind of trailblazers made a mark. So people are aware. We have to use this awareness and parlay it into a monetized situation. So we have to be just like the chambers in Paris and in Milan and the British Fashion Council. Part of their agenda is the identity branding. You have to claim the space from which you are to be able to sell what you do. You know, so you can't just be making clothes to cover naked bodies. You have to be making clothes that belong to some kind of deity, as it were. That's what I call my Caribbean aesthetic, and apply to it, append to it, appeal to it, represent it, so that you have an edge and you don't just join the plethora of other world fashions that are in the other metropolises, and that we are contributing something, etching a notch on the totem pole of global style. So when we do that and we become aware of it, that is the confidence that begins the sale. The sale has to come from the confidence of what you're portraying and what you're giving. You can't sell, you'll be putting the cart before the horse if you don't have identity. If you are only studying where you're going to position a thing and where you're going to mass produce. And more so because we are niche market people. We are slow fashion. We are artisanal style. We have to find relevant, requisite spaces with people with that alignment in the brain to absorb it. And the other part about it is, one of the things I celebrate being a creative in the Caribbean is that the word pivoting came up in this era of the pandemic. Creatives have been pivoting forever. We have to reinvent ourselves daily to keep relevance. And that thing is one thing that we can create as a template for the world to follow. Because when you come from this multicultural space that we are in the Caribbean, we have to find unique ways almost on a daily basis to be sustainable. And that pivoting, that finding a way to make yourself economically viable, as well as to make a stamp on the collective experience of being of this part of the world, is really, really a celebratory thing, because we can identify our similarities, but we must celebrate our differences and position ourselves strategically for us to benefit in a lucrative, profitable way.
Wow, Richard, that is well said. Well said. Like, I was actually going to ask something about how can Caribbean designers leverage their Caribbeanness in international markets, and look, you just answered it without me even asking it, because it's so innate and inbred in what you do and what you have been talking about for 30 years since you came out your mother's womb. That is what you've been talking about. So I really thank you. And we are over time, so a teeny bit over time. So I'm going to wrap up this session, but it was so wonderful speaking with all of you. Awesome, just incredible, just understanding about Caribbean uniqueness, Caribbean aesthetic, and how do we transition that into our designs and in this new digital space. So thank you so much for coming, and we thank you so much for everyone. This is the last panel for the day, so we thank you so much for joining us on this inaugural virtual fashion trade mission and expo. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure as well. Thank you so much.
Trinidad and Tobago's first international.
Thank you, everyone. I want to say a big thank you to all the speakers, distinguished minister, and all our guests from all around the world. Thank you for being a part of the formal proceedings. At this point, nothing gives me greater pleasure than introducing you to my business partner and co-founder of the technology that is bringing this fantastic event to everyone all over the world, my business partner, Abhinav Jain, co-founder of Almond Solutions.
Thank you, Dr. Sabita. And I've been listening to a lot of the conversations that were happening. I see that you have, with this event, Fashion TT and Carnival, and all of your supporters have created a revolution that people did not even imagine coming before. And that's a very big thing, because so far people were saying, okay, I am attending an event, or I'm just probably joining a small a conference on something. With the platform that your team and our team and we all together for the last couple of weeks have been working, has come to a great conclusion, and that's super proud for me. So congratulations to all of you and the team. Initially, I thought I'll share some presentation and all, but I want to actually stay away from them and would like to share a few insights about how this entire platform has come to a picture and why it is important and why we think that future belongs to this. So I've been a technologist for 17 plus years, worked with companies like SAP Labs, one of the largest, a magnificent, the greatest company in the world. Started my career with SAP, worked with Dell, Citrix, and then went into consumer experience technology side for JetBlue Airways in the US. Worked with them as a business partner, and then worked with some of the brightest technology startups, one which was recently acquired by a Silicon Valley group called Place IQ, and another is one of the largest small and medium businesses money lending platform called On Deck Capital. Again, both were in the US. And what I realized that at the end of the day, simplicity wins. It is not about how grand your platform is. It is not about how grand the people are. That matters. But what truly matters is that how beautifully you can capture the consumer experience, the customer experience, and the buyer experience, which is what we started building as part of Almond. So Almond, as we all know, stands for activating the last mile on digital. And when I say last mile, it's not the mile which is disconnected with internet. It is the last mile for a brand, which could be a consumer, for a fashion designer could be a buyer, for a medical representative could be a doctor. So they're true last mile. And then when we talk about Vertex came out of immediate need during COVID, which was not the first time we heard. Even before COVID in 2018, we hosted, Dr. Sabita, one of the largest virtual conference in the country, where approximately 200,000 people joined, connected with 200 plus members of legislative assemblies to the chief minister of one state, one of the largest state that time in the country. And we felt proud that from there, now we have one of the most beautiful 3D immersive platform, and I am so proud to be part of this entire revolution that Fashion TT, Cardinal, and all of your supporters have created. I want to just thank you for your trust, for your support, and I wish you all the very best for all our future endeavors. And with that, I would like to once again thank you for hosting me and having me on this forum. Over to you, Dr. Singh.
What can I say? This is one of the most smartest guys I've ever met in my life. Abhinav, my team in India, our team in India, the team here in Houston, the team we worked with in Trinidad. We just want to thank you guys for everything. We could not have done it without you. Thank you for making this a great experience. Now, I'd like to invite everyone to exit the fashion showcase and go back either into the lobby or take a stroll into the designers' areas. Go meet our designers. They're waiting to talk to you. They're waiting to show you what they have. The formal proceedings are over. The exposition has now begun. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Fashion TT. Thank you very much, EXPO TT. Thank you very much, the Ministry of Trade. We thank you for the audience, and we thank you for all the foreign dignitaries. Please enjoy the show.
Trinidad and Tobago's first international virtual fashion showcase. Experience it firsthand with Lotus Richey Ignites, the official agency covering the event for the U.S. telecast. In collaboration with Cardinal Services and Fashion TT, Lotus Richey Ignites is your business one-stop shop for all your business needs. Connect with us today. Hello, 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 and thank you for joining the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. I am super amazed and happy to have with me here Miss Angela Elting, the CEO of Rugged Wellness. And of course, we had earlier on with us the amazing show host, none other than Kim Jacobs from the Kim Jacobs Show, getting us started. So, Angie, how has it been for you seeing this amazing, groundbreaking, history-making fashion show?
It's been absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So many great fashions that we've already seen. We listened to quite a few presenters and panelists, and it looks like, going into this next session is really individual. So we'll be able to kind of navigate this designer, where who are all the designers,
right,
and to see what kind of fashions they have laid out for us.
Okay, yeah, I say let's go ahead, and we're going to try to take you right through the front door and get you right into the lobby so you can see the fashion show for yourself. So if you would, we're going to take you there now.
Should we show them how to get there from the very beginning?
Sure, I say let's show them. Okay. So let's go ahead and look, and we want to make sure that you have the stream or the link so you yourself can get in there and see it. And we see a lot of our guests from all over the world. So before we go further, let's go ahead and acknowledge some of the folks all around the world that's joining us and where you're coming in from. So if you've already jumped in here and you haven't shared with us where you're coming in from, please go ahead and share where you're coming in from. We'd love to know. Quanasia Lighty's coming in from New Jersey.
And Dorothy Ross came and shout out from Chicago.
Awesome.
Harris Tay from Davao City in the Philippines.
And Sarah's coming in from the Philippines as well. We're happy to have you.
We have Ken's Jasper Pueblos from the Philippines.
All right. Yep. You said Ken's already, so that's fine.
And Neil Jasper as well.
All right. And we've got Ezekiel coming in from Manila. All right. And then we have Ram coming in from Belgium. Happy to have you here. And we have Shirley Murphy coming in from Nigeria, Africa. Happy to have you here. Always happy to see you in the place. And so I want to hit a couple of the comments that you all made, because of course we know that today Fashion TT, Cardinal Services, and a host of other contributors, to include the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, as well as Kim Jacobs and Rugged Wellness with Miss Angela Elting, we're all making history, and you are a part of it. So Mr. Harris Tay said, fashion speaks a lot about the rich culture, and that's so true. What do you think about that, Miss?
Absolutely. We saw a little bit that were shown on some of the clips there on the videos of the various tropical themes that was displayed, and even the style of fashion, because knowing that Trinidad and Tobago is a tropical island, so this fits for them. But
exactly,
I could see
right.
it fitting for us too up here in North America, don't you think?
Exactly. I think it fits very well because we extrapolate a lot of different fashions from all over the world. And I think Trinidad and Tobago, they are really taking this thing by storm, primarily because they've jumped into the 3D metaverse and they said, guess what? We are going to take you to the next level of how you can do business, how you can shop from home, right from the seat or the couch of wherever you are. Absolutely, and we're going to take you in. That's right. You got your phone, and I've got my phone. And I don't know if you guys can see it too well, but here it goes. And so we're going to take you into this fashion show extravaganza, pardon me, and we're going to show you how you yourself can go in and speak to the designers. And so we want to acknowledge a few more of our viewers around the world. We have Larry Pace coming in from North Carolina. We're happy to see you. He said, God bless you all with much love from North Carolina, and that this is very awesome. So thank you so much, Mr. Larry. And of course, we have Wang Lee. He's coming in from Binondo. Is that right? Binondo. Okay. I got to work on my Binondo and get it in my flow. And we have so many more people coming in that's just streaming in from all over the world. And of course, we can't get to everybody, but we want to thank each and every one of you for chiming in, especially, Camille Robb and so many more.
She's coming in from Florida.
Yeah, she's coming in from Florida. She definitely knows how to come in the house. All right. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and transition and take you all over into the metaverse, back into the fashion show for yourselves. But we also want to make sure you know how to get into the fashion show. You can go right to this link, and I'm going to also put it in the comment block so that you can pull from the comment block yourself and get into the metaverse with us. Okay, so give me a quick moment to do that, and we'll have that here for you momentarily. So, Angela,
yes,
what do you think about how the fashion show has moved into the metaverse, helping people to pretty much help themselves to kind of kickstart their fashion experience?
I think it's a very creative idea, and this is something that we're into in this particular decade, don't you think?
Yes, I do. And here's the thing. I think we said this earlier. You've kind of got to get involved, because if you don't get involved, you're going to get left behind. Okay. And you don't want to get left behind. So here's the link. You can feel free to join us in the metaverse. You can walk right through the front door. But for those of you that are not in a position right now to walk through the front door on your own devices, be it your phone, your iPad, your laptop, or whatever you have, don't worry, because we're going to take you into the metaverse right now. So give us a quick moment and we're going to get you going. All right. So here we go. Let's get you in the metaverse. Okay, so here's the event. And as you can see, we're going to take you right to the lobby. Here goes. Let me see. Here we go. So as you can see, if you click on that speaker, if you're using your own computer, it'll show you some of the speakers, who they are, and what companies that they work from. And I know I'm going maybe a little quick for you, but I'm going to go backwards in slow motion. And so you see, we have a lot of the speakers here that we heard this morning, and that's Miss Constance R. Jones. She's the state officer for Texas Coalition Black Caucus Senior Vice President, American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. And who else do we have?
And we have Mr. Abhinav Jain, who is the co-founder of Almond Solutions.
Yes.
Sounds kind of delicious.
Yes, it does sound delicious. And that's who you saw with Dr. Sabita Singh earlier. And then, of course, we have Mr. Aesthetics himself, Mr. Richard Young, forum facilitator, just an incredible gentleman. I had him on the Lotus Richey Ignite show on this past week. Total gentleman, and very, very well versed in Caribbean aesthetics, because I call him, of course, Mr. Caribbean Aesthetics as well. Who else do we have, Angie?
We had the beautiful Alicia Vieira Muhammad, who is the Guardian Digital.
Yes. And of course, it was great to speak to Alicia. She was just so full of knowledge, and just seeing another woman in her business doing her thing, helping other women. And she's not leaving men behind, but she's helping other women to really step into their excellence and step into their brilliance, as only women really can do their own thing, just like men can do their own thing. Okay. And so who else do we have?
Not other than you.
Me.
Dr.
That's right.
Lotus Richey.
Dr. Lotus Richey. And I had a great time having kind of like a roundtable discussion with Alicia, Aisha, and Richard. We had a great time. And so who else do we have, Andrew?
We also had Andrew Randrup, who's the creative director, Marie Sedwell Brand of Seville Row,
and Dr. Maya Pradeep. She spoke earlier, gave an amazing presentation. She is the CEO of Haute Couture India.
Last but not least was Aisha Stewart, who's the project manager for Fashion TT. And she was on that panel with you guys.
Yes, she was. And Aisha was actually on the show the other day with me as well. And she was amazing. She just came in with great energy. Aisha and I were actually in the studio together first, and we got to chat a little bit. Just a wonderful, warm, and welcoming young lady. And I'm so happy that I met Aisha. And I'm looking to bring her back on the show. Her and also her counterpart right there, Mr. Richard Young. They'll be back on the show maybe next week, so we can kind of do a wrap on how the fashion show went. We want to get your opinion out there, so we look forward to you chiming in when we do the next show. Who else do we have?
None other than the creative genius of Dr. Sabita Singh. She is the CEO of Cardinal Services and Solutions. She's based out of Houston, and she is the creative mind of this beautiful virtual reality fashion event.
Yes. When people talk about stepping their game up, she not only stepped her game up, she knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely.
Woo! So here's to Dr.
Kudos to you, Dr. Singh.
Yes. And again, we have Annalisa Lowe, the ambassador of Embassy of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I think she is actually in China. And so she came and she was just amazing. I got the privilege of watching a video that she did the other day, had it featured on my show. She's just such a very knowledgeable, warm, and welcoming, and very soft-spoken young lady. So kudos to you, Madam Lowe. And who else do we have?
We had Dr. Diana Poon. She is the CEO of Leave Global.
Yes, and Dr. Poon came. She gave great statistics. She had an excellent talk, talking about disparity, talking about the great things about fashion, talking about how you too can get involved with fashion and why it's so important in this everyday life that we live. Fashion is unequivocally important because it actually can change the way you think, the way you feel, and how you show up in the world. And I think that's really important. What do you think, Angie?
Absolutely. And, you've been using this type of forum, being in the metaverse. She mentioned about, the potential uses of avatars for a fashion show or for a fashion event, or for everyday people like ourselves, who may not, or who are discouraged about going shopping in person at a store. Yeah. Are able to kind of do it online, through these avatars.
Yes, and that's so great. And I can't wait to get you all in there and show you how to get involved with
some of the folks, some of the designers inside the metaverse. And so we also had Jason Lindsay. He's the chairman of Fashion TT. And so, Jason, we're so happy and thankful to you for doing what you do to make it possible for Fashion TT to be right here with Angie and me and the rest of the world. So thank you. Kudos on you. And who else do we have?
And the general manager of Fashion TT, Miss Lisa Marie Daniel.
Yes. Now, Lisa Marie Daniel was on the show the other day, too. She's phenomenal. She knows her business and she's able to articulate it in such a way that helps people to really understand about fashion, understand how it works, and understand why they too should be a part of the fashion movement, along with Fashion TT, Cardinal Services, Lotus Richey Ignites, the News You Can Use, of course, and Kim Jacobs and Angela Elton, and just so many people around the world. It's unequivocal. You need to be a part of the movement too. And of course, who else do we have?
We had Mr. Dandra Harry Prasad. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I apologize. He is the general manager of Client Services Export Limited.
Awesome. And of course, you heard from him. He came in and he gave us great information about the fashion, about the exporting, importing. And I got to tell you, we're just so happy that he was here. And no one could say she is last or least, but she is amazing. None other than Senator, the Honorable Paula Gopi-Shkun, Minister of Trade and Industry in Trinidad and Tobago. And I must say that she was amazing. So again, for Fashion TT and the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, I really want to thank you for all that you do. And of course, Export TT, Cardinal Services, Lotus Richey Ignite Show, and of course, you, Angie, for coming in to help us out with the show today. And of course, Kim Jacobs, we love you. So we're going to take a quick break. And after this short break, we're going to come right back and we're going where? Into the metaverse. That's right. We'll be right back.
Wine on me, don't be too scared. Look at them curves and the way you move got me like them. Oh me, oh my, what have we here? What have we here? Shawty so fine with her waistline, when I like that, she is top tier. Yeah, let me see how you move that bumper. Rock it up and start it over. Let me see that thing gyrate when you on the floor, people coming over. Baby, you drive me loca. Bad thing from West Bermuda. You got me high when you are around, I feel like I'm not sober.
So when I went down there, so I put it on there. So
I didn't know that they had.
Trinidad and Tobago's first international virtual fashion showcase. Experience it firsthand with Lotus Richey Ignites, the official agency covering the event for the U.S. telecast. In collaboration with Cardinal Services and Fashion TT, Lotus Richey Ignites is your business one-stop shop for all your business needs. Connect with us today.
Right, fantastic. Okay, folks, so we are back, and I want to say hi to Marie Conte. She said, wow, Dr. Lotus Richey, this is brilliant. I'm curious to know the details about this movement. Well, guess what? You came to the right place at the right time, because I'm going to put the right place in your face, because we're getting ready to go into the metaverse. And so I want to thank you too for being here and joining the show. Please share this out. Please share this out. And before we close out today, we're also going to show a new event that's coming up tonight at 7 p.m. So I don't want you guys to miss out on that. So we got a commercial coming up for you soon here, and we're going to share that with you. And I saw Dr. Michael Freeland all the way in Nairobi. It's great to see you from Nairobi, Kenya. We are so happy to have you here, and kudos on you. Thank you for joining this amazing movement in conjunction with Fashion Event of the Year.
Fashion TT, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Export TT, Cardinal Services, the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, as well as our wonderful supporters, the Kim Jacobs Show with Kim Jacobs, and of course, Rugger Wellness with the CEO, Angela Elting. So listen, I'm going to share a quick infomercial with you, and then we're heading on into the metaverse, because I know you're wondering, Dr. Lotus, what in the world do you have going on tonight? Well, I've got some secret sauce for you, and here it is. You are simply amazing. Join Dr. Obiama Martin as she builds self-wealth and health with the Amazing You National Holiday Celebration, March 25th, 2022 at 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern, with the most phenomenal thought leaders on the planet. We will see you there. All right, and welcome back to the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. If you're just showing up right now, great to have you. And those that have been with me throughout the day for this amazing historical event that we are sharing, this fashion show in Trinidad and Tobago. It is amazing. We're happy to have you. So go ahead and let us know where you're coming in from. Again, hi, all the way in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, Dr. Michael Freeland, and hi, Alan and Didi, all the way in Cameroon. We're just, it's great to see you, and I'm so happy that you're here. And so with no further ado, we're going to take you right into this fashion event, back into this lobby. And so let me share with you where we left off for some of you that are just joining us. We are in the Fashion TT event. We have been covering the event all day long. And because we've had the pleasing pleasure to cover this event all day long, you have been able to get involved. And of course, now we're going to show you how to get into the event. And again, like I said, for those of you that don't have the apparatus to get into the event yourself, don't worry, because we're going to take you around, see some of the fashion moguls, and we're going to take you to their booths so you can connect with them directly. So with no further ado, let's go on into the lobby again. Okay, so when you come into the lobby, as you see to the right, you just showed you some of the speakers. So now what we'd like to do is to take you to some of the designers.
All hands in the sky when my team coming down. I'm getting on, yes, we're taking over the tongue like all behavior. Say goodbye, like it just leave and gone, and expand, fight straight till tomorrow morning. So who wants to?
All right, so here we are. We are going into the designers. So let's go ahead and browse a couple of them. But first things first, let's go right to the Ignite browser and take you there. So what you can do when you go there, you can, if you want to go and check out a specific designer, you can type their name in here by going to the drop down. Okay, you go to the drop down and you can select the designer. Just so happens that we've selected the Lotus Richey Ignite show. Okay, so when you go to the Lotus Richey Ignite's booth, you just click on my booth and you go right there. And bam, there I am with my beautiful picture. And of course, we've got two stunning individuals here to welcome you in. And then if you look to the right, you'll see a brochure that shows you some of the things that my business is doing. And then here you can click right here and you can watch the video, which the video I've shared with you earlier on. So I won't take you down there, but if a company has a brochure that you want, you can click right here where it says download the brochure. And then it'll say no brochure found, but we know that's not correct because there's my brochure that's going up and down there. Okay. And so here's the brochure. Okay, you can click on that brochure, you can download that brochure, and it will tell you anything that you need to know about the business. Okay, anything that you need to know about the business. So let's see. So here we go. If you click on the brochure, it'll bring it up on the right-hand side of the screen. As you see it go up and down, it'll tell you about my company and other companies that are here, and you can scroll just like this. You can see this. This is how you can scroll, okay? And you can read all of the information that you need to read about any business in here, okay? So now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just X out, and this is how you can get out. You can X out of that. And then if you want to request a meeting with any of the designers, bam, you can hit request a meeting. And what's going to happen is they're going to send your information over. That's why it's essential to put your first, your last name in when you're checking in, along with your email address. So what's going to happen is the designer is going to get a request from you that you want to talk to them. Okay. And then you don't have to stop there. If you want, you can do a live chat with the designer right here. You can click on it and you can start a live chat. You can text me and send it to me, and then I'll get it and I'll respond. So let's go to some of the other designers here today. So let's go to Genesis. Okay, so here at Genesis, you can do what I shared with you earlier. You can watch their video if you like. Okay, and their video will pop up on the right-hand side, but it will also pop up right in front of your screen. And this right here is Genesis swimwear. Let's take a look.
Splash! Body wet up, wet girl, ready man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and bubble. Body wet like the fire, baby. Splash! Body wet up, wet girl, ready man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and bubble. Body wet like the fire, baby.
When you call that sauce, then now I make man what he wants. Cause them want me single, them man want to mingle.
Where you are? Lose this, want to taste some sweet, sweet juice. Hey, I'm gonna give you the wine, but you have to work for this ride. Splash!
Body wet up, wet girl with the man them prefer.
And this is Genesis.
Body wet like river, baby.
Awesome. Fantastic. And that's Genesis right there. And so again, you can check out their brochures, all of their fashions. If you want a designer swimsuit, you can contact them direct. And also earlier, I didn't say this, but you can follow them on their social media on Instagram, Facebook, or any social media that they have listed right down here below. And I'm going to just go ahead and hit that so you can see it will bring up their Facebook page. And so you can see that their Facebook page will come up. Okay. So that's Genesis. And so let's go ahead and check out one of the other fashion designers. Where are we going now? We are going to Charu, CLD. Let's go and see what's going on with them.
This that song make I wake up the whole nation. That no play that song make I shake up the whole life. Can't stop the way. Like every day. Would I never live your life? Big sound, link Kute, that is big plan. This thing done get fixed up. Most I say with us. Now switch up. I got a drink in my hand right now. Singing like, oh, yeah. Pretty brown skin, give me love right now. Singing like, oh, yeah. I got a drink in my hand right now. Singing like, oh, yeah. Pretty brown skin, give me love right now. Singing like, oh. This that song make I wake up the whole nation.
And that is CLD. So let's go ahead back and let's go to one of the other fashion designers. So what I'm doing is I'm just giving you a little snippet of each designer and what they have to offer. And if you look to my right, you see they have a large array of apparel. You can go from very sophisticated, doing a night event, or you can go to, look, I'm just trying to be casual right there. And you can bring this up by clicking on the item and you can see that item. So now let's go and check on another one of our designers. So let's go to CP, Claudia Pegas. And you can choose either one. And we'll see both of them.
Real woman don't mean that your hair do. Pretty nails and shoes don't mean you have to trim man where you spend pan you. Woman, you confused. Real woman have them bang book. And we don't make excuse. If all you have is sexy alone, you're bound to lose. So let me tell you about real woman. Don't do anything for a like on the gram. Let me tell you about real woman. Own house, own car, own land. Let me tell you about real woman. Boss up now, take charge of your man. Let me tell you about real woman. Tell them this your song. Put your hand in the air, yeah, yeah, yeah. Walk out, shout out, yeah, 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 yeah. If you know what, you're a man of the air, yeah, yeah, yeah. Walk out, shout out, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh Lord, keep doing the most. It's my money spent, can't spend it to boost. Keep doing the most. It's my money spent, I can't spend it to boost. Yeah, me now, real woman buy me own fat ticket. I make it long time. 6 them can't take my wicket. Tell them take them time with it. So when I cock up my bumper, that's mine. Buy out the basso, that's fine. Take a little wine pon, what's mine? Hey girl, don't cross this line. So let me tell you about real woman. Don't do anything for a like on the gram. Let me tell you about real woman. Own house, own car, own land. Let me tell you about real woman.
Awesome. Fantastic. So now let's take a look at one of our other designers. And as you can see right here on the right, Pegas is an amazing designer with very relaxing clothing to very free and flowing designs. Along, you see the stylish hats. You can go from lunch even to dinner. And so, Pegas, we thank you. So the next designer that we're going to take a look at is Ecliffe Illy. Let's see what Ecliffe Illy is doing. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. So again, you can go right to some of his designs, some of his fashions. If you're interested, you can look at these, get an up close and personal look at these designs. You can scroll down. You can get up close and personal. Not only does he sell suits, he also can really level you out with a nice attaché and also a nice shoe to go along with that amazing suit. And so you can go from whatever your heart desires. You can get it right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back in with one of our other designers. And I did say that I was going to try to play for you the secondary video from one of our designers earlier, our Pegasus, and I think they had 2 videos. So we're going to go for the second one right now.
Let me do it today. Let me do it today. I'm sure to see you tomorrow. So tell me about tomorrow. I need it today. I will take it today. I ain't sure to get it up tomorrow. Put your hands up, let me dance up. Hold me like you never go see me. Again, again, again. Put your hands up, let me dance up. Show me like you never go see me. Again, I wanna be the worst way. Okay, if you curse me. Every day. I wanna be the worst way. I know it's the first time. Tell me that baby, everything will last. Take me down low, take me down low, take me down low. How low you could go? Why take me down low, take me down slow, take me down low, low.
All right, fantastic. So you see you have here a myriad of artists, designers that can take you from being comfortable in the bedroom, take you to the office, take you shopping, and even take you to that stellar event where you've got to be dressed like you're fine and dressed to the nines. So let's take a look in on another fashion designer, Miss Heather Jones and International.
She was lucky to marry a rich man, handsome like Harry. Who you have celebrating down the
Awesome. So as we go back into our area, we're going to move forward just a hair more. And let's grab another designer. Let's look at Angelique. J. Angelique. Here we go.
I didn't see you coming. What is this kind of love? Yeah, frequencies buzzing. Now I am on your love. Yeah, maybe you're from another planet, or maybe I was designed for you. If she jump, then I jump. Wherever she go, I go in. And I'm moving too high. Any river I cross it. If she stay left, then it's left. There ain't no no second guessing. When she wrong, she's so right. She just want my attention. Anywhere I go, I find myself back to you, yeah. Love it when you reach out, darling, you lead the way, yeah. Break up just to make up, you know that I should shake, yeah. All your kisses ransom till you have it your way, yeah. I never had it like you, boo. Wet to the start, shit too cool. Bad man in the business too.
All right, fantastic. Fantastic. And we're going to jump right over to their next one, which is the red carpet. Okay, their red carpet video. We're going to check that one out. Okay, this is the red carpet collection. Okay. And for some reason, I can't access that. It might be something on my side of the house with technology, but that's okay. Jay Angelique, another fantastic designer, as you can see scrolling on the right-hand side, has a myriad of things that Jay Angelique can share with you and show you how to be your very best. So let's go ahead and look at our next designer. And of course, you can always come back here and then go right here. Okay. And this is individual aesthetic. Individual aesthetic. And see, this fashion show has something for everyone. For men, women, people from all around the world. So let's see if I can go ahead and get into this one. Okay. And for some reason, I may be running into a little concern with that, but it's no problem. Let's show you some of the fashion anyway. Here, let's take a look at this. Now, if you want to take a good look at the quality of what they're giving, you can go ahead and tap on this. You can look at their latest jackets, new updated items in their catalog. And so now we're going to take a look back. We're going to go back right to our next designer. And actually, you can use the arrows. You can go back and forth, or you can use this one right here to go to Mealing. So let's look at Mealing. So Mealing has an array of fashion for the woman on the run, the woman that's doing her job, handling her business, and taking life by storm. Here it goes.
This city can't hold me, my vibe's too high, and my heart it told me jump right now, you will touch the sky. Feel my love unfolding like a laughing flame. All who did not know me when not done, they gon' know the name. Million people coming down, dancing to a song. Love is life and life is love, blessings from above. Can you feel the love that's in the air? When you feel it, never hear you say, dancing, moving, moving everywhere. If you feel it, never hear you say, dancing, moving, moving everywhere. Take me to the river, take me to the sea. Wash over me music, wash over me. Take me to the river, take me to the river. Wash over me music, wash over me.
All right. And I think we have 2 for Meiling. Let's take a look. No, it looks like 1. And so let's go to our next designer. And what I love about this is because it's so user friendly. So you can, again, you can use the arrows here, or you can just click the drop down and come right to the next designer. And when you get to the next designer, all you got to do is click on their booth. And then you can go right into Nia Karina. Here we go. Nina Korea has a lot of things that's really flowing here. Take a look.
You make me rise, and call me your own. It's your eyes upon my soul. You pick me up, and make me whole. You make me rise, and call me your own. It's your eyes upon my soul.
Oh, girl, and I know she can make eyes. Girl, and I know she can make eyes. When I fall, I get up and say, ooh, shout it. Girl, and I know she can make
All right. And we're going right to their next video that they've prepared for you. Here again is Nia Karina. Okay, and we're going to go right to our next designer. Let's get you in there with our next designer. We're going to go ahead back and we're going to drop down to the cloth. And see just how easy it is to maneuver in here. It's amazing.
This girl from Bahia, staying in Maruda. This lady real lucky, she bumps up with sweet me. As a man with a plan, but I really didn't waste no time. I make up my mind tonight, this Brazilian is mine. As the music played, Lord, she started to sing to the soca beat. She put a samba swing, ding 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 ding. Bim 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 baby di bamba, ding ding banda, ding ding bim 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 baby di bamba, ding bang ding lobe, ding bing bim 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 pele, bim 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 pele, bim 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 baby di bamba. This girl from Bahia, staying in Maruga. This lady real lucky, she bumps up with sweet me. As a man with a plan, but I really didn't waste no time. I make up my mind tonight, this Brazilian is mine. As the music played, Lord, she started to sing to the soca beat. She put a samba swing, ding 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 ding. Bim 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 baby di mama, di 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 mama, di di bim 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 baby mama, di mama di 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 mama, di mama bim 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 baby mama.
All right, that's fantastic. And so now we're going to go. We only have maybe one more designer or so left before we conclude our show. So let's go back to the designer's checklist. Okay, and we are going to show the hideout clothing and then Maurice Sedwell. And they have a few in their collection. Here goes.
This music was built on lyrical content, substance that hold together like sulfur. Can't make no sense if you make no sense. Not $1, 1 coin, not 1 pence. Better wise up fast, no one jump fence. Otherwise you can't send your daughters to convent. Have to sell your house and picture 110. That are the end result when they say nonsense. This are the music of wine and rhyme. This are the music of the now time with the melodies to blow your mind. This are the sound of a renegade mind. Fighting another clan combined. Yes, it is in the end of time.
All right. I like that. Let's go ahead and grab one more video from these wonderful artists. They are just amazing. They've got exceptional fashion, exceptional creativity. So what we're going to do, and you can go right back into here as you desire and go ahead and pull up one of their videos. But I'm going to pull up one more. It's so high energy and the quality of their garments are amazing. So here we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very simple, straight to the point. Another amazing group of designers here in the Hideout Clothing. So definitely check out the Hideout Clothing. Again, if you need their brochure, you can click on brochure. You can download the brochure. You can click on request a meeting if you want to request a meeting. And if you want to talk to them right now and you don't want to wait, go ahead and click on chat with us now. And they'll be happy to chat with you. And you will be happy that you did. And so with no further ado, let us get the last designer up for you. Last, but definitely not least, Maurice Sedwell. This is the curve style for the powerful man that's on his game. And we don't own the rights to this particular video. This video is on YouTube.
Let me reintroduce you to the curve, the Maurice Sedwell signature style curve. The curve meaning that you've got curved lines on the flaps. You've got an angle line on the pocket. You've got a curved line at the bottom that harmonizes. You've got a slightly raised crown. The only feature about this that isn't curved is the peak on the lapel. Our preference is to have a broader looking lapel without a belly. The lapel is rolling. You don't need to have that belly.
So we're going to pause it right there because we want to make sure we honor him, but we don't want this portion of our show to get snapped off because of YouTube. So this is the curb signature style by Mr. Sedwell. So please jump into this virtual experience. He has a plethora of other videos that you can take a look at. And I'm very confident that if you take a look at his videos, you will be well pleased. And here, I'm going to take it back again. You can go watch videos. He has today's signature style. He has Andrew Rampoop, Survey Rose, Artist Taylor, and just a host of other videos. You can jump right in. All you got to do is do what I just did. You can click right on it. And then what is it going to do? Going to go right to YouTube.
Andrew Ramroop is an artist. I'm Henry Louis Gates Jr., and I am the Alphonse Fletcher University professor at Harvard University. I met Andrew Ramroop in the late 1990s because I was writing an essay on Black London. Someone mentioned to me when I was doing my research that there was a black man who had a shop on Savile Row, and that's how I found Andrew. And as soon as I saw him, I knew that the only way I could write about him adequately would be for him to make me a suit.
So if you want a suit, go ahead and look him up. Connect with him today and get your next amazing suit that no one else around you is going to have. So with no further ado, I'm going to take you right back to where we started. Going to take you right back to the beginning of the expo. It's been an amazing day here at the Lotus Richey Ignite show. And of course, where we started to take you into the fashion show, to take you into the booths rather, we started at my booth. And so I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. I want to thank Fashion TT. I want to thank, wow, it's so many people. I want to thank Dr. Sabeta Singh for her amazing vision with her corporation that really helped to facilitate this amazing digital space in your face, if you will, in the metaverse, this amazing fashion show. As she partnered with Fashion TT, you and me, with Cardinal Services, to make sure this day would be a day that we won't soon forget. So if you're looking to connect with me, if you want to come on the Lotus Richey Ignite show, if you want to connect with the fashion designers, please feel free to connect with me. Give me a call. You can call me direct. You can request a meeting. You can click on my chat with me, but don't click on my chat with me now because I've had a really long day and I want to make sure I'm fresh when I connect with you later. But go ahead, book a meeting with me and you'll be happy you did. We are your one-stop shop for everything social media. And don't hesitate. Look at our new brochure. There may be something on there that your business needs, that you're facing a challenge with. Let Lotus Richey Ignites, coaching and consulting, the Lotus Richey Ignites show, news you can use and bring who you are. Let us be your one-stop shop for everything that your company needs. Because after all, why continue to face a challenge when we can be your solution? And I want to thank each and every one of you all around the world for being here. Again, it's been phenomenal. I want to thank again Angela Elting, the CEO of Rugger Wellness. Also, I want to thank, look at my curls, y'all. Even my curls getting fashionable. I want to also thank Miss Kim Jacobs from the Kim Jacobs Show for coming in today. Both of them jumped on this show. They were just amazing as my guest hosts, and I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the designers. Thank you to everyone involved with making this wonderful event successful. And most of all, thank you to you, Dr. Sabeda Singh and Cardinal Services, for all you do to make this world a better place. And Miss Shirley Murphy, this will be our closeout read for the show. Lotus Richey, I love the reality that finally the stakeholders in the fashion industry are up and out about affecting a positive and transformational change that will impact on the average local designer. It's a wake-up call, and that is what I'm working on to help showcase and encourage fashion designers with every needed support they need to scale in the industry. So I'm going to take that off the screen because it's on my face. But I wanted to let you guys see that that was coming from Nigeria, Africa, from an amazing show host in her own right. She owns her own magazine. And what she further said was, thank you once again, sis, for being a part of this powerful initiative. I celebrate you always, and we celebrate you here as well. Thank you so much to all of our viewers all around the world. Thank you that you love the videos and you love the information that we have provided. Again, I want to thank my family, my staff, my team, because we must know this above all. Without a great family, without a great team, it's only a dream. But when you have a great family and a great team, they can make your dream become a reality. I thank each and every one of you for joining me again today, and I'll see you this evening. So please don't hesitate to join me for this event tonight. And with that being said, always remember to ignite and take flight in every area of your life. And don't hesitate to support the broadcast. We'll see you soon, and we'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. at the Amazing You event in Philadelphia. Take care.
You are simply amazing. Join Dr. Obiama Martin as she builds self, wealth, and health with the Amazing You National Holiday Celebration, March 25th, 2022 at 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern with the most phenomenal thought leaders on the planet. We will see you there.